Good morning, welcome back. This is your host, Vegetable Bread. I am playing Slay the Spire, currently still looking for a defect win. We've gone through Ironclad and Silent, getting 20 hurt kills, but we still need that defect one. Also, we've done a bunch of Watcher ones. We climbed all the Ascensions with Watcher on the stream, and then killed Heart on A20. So defect is the last one that I haven't killed on stream. I have killed it off stream, and I was getting a little bit of practice in this weekend. Did not get a heart kill, but I got to the heart. So hopefully we're able to get another good run like that today. Alright. So this is usually something I spend some time thinking about. But Random Common Relic seems like the best one by far. The defect starting relic is pretty good, so you generally don't want to trade it out for a random boss relic. Colorless cards generally aren't worth it, and a single card reward is less good than a common relic, so there isn't actually a lot to think about this time. We're just going to take a common relic. And we are punished by receiving a boot. This is essentially the Niao equivalent to receiving coal in your stocking. Try again next year. Okay, so we probably want to do either 3 or 4 elites. Looks like the only routes available are 3 elites. So we can either go this rightmost route and get 3 elites in a row and then a fire. We can do this left route and get to the shop, decide if we want 2 elites in a row. If we do, take 2 elites, then a fire, then a 3rd elite. Or if we don't, take a fire and then an elite and then a fire and elite. So I think I like this left route. It does end us up at a shop kind of early, and we don't have that much gold, but it might be good. We could also theoretically just do these 3 hallway fights, 2 question marks, and then an elite. Then we don't have a choice, and we're forced into 2 elites. Although we can opt to take a mega elite instead. So I think I'll try and go for this shop. Might not have enough money for a relic, but we might have enough money for a relic too. It's hard to say. Kind of depends on what the question marks do. Always hoping to take 0 in this fight, but doesn't look like we're going to get it this time. We do get to only take 1, which is nice. Nothing here does damage, which is pretty unfortunate. Recycle helps set us up for doing weird combo stuff later. Generally, you want a upgraded recycle. Steam Barrier does some blocking. Equilibrium blocks for far more than Steam Barrier, but Steam Barrier comes back to your hand with All for One and Scrape, and also it just costs 0. So sometimes you can block with it. For 0, I think we probably just skip here because Gremlin Knob is quite threatening, and we don't want any of these guys. So pretty screwed by this opening. Taking 7 damage in this fight, getting a boot from Niao, and our first card reward is useless. This is not a very promising set of circumstances. Should be able to finish up the fight this turn, yeah. Thanks, boot. Alright, Focus Potion's really good. Still no damage. This is extremely dangerous now. So we've only got potentially 1 more card reward before we fight this elite. I guess we have a card reward, potentially 2 card rewards in a shop, so we could get stuff. But even if we pick up an attack at all 3 of those, like, that's the bare minimum you would want to fight Niao. And here, if we take a defensive card, or a skill rather, then we're sort of reducing that density even lower. So this runs off to a rocky start. We could take a darkness. We're not really committed to any archetype yet, so darkness is an interesting way to start one. But I think Cool Head is probably better. I don't want to remove a card from the deck. I need that health. So these question marks did not give us any cards. if we dual cast and it hits this one at least once, then we can strike him. If it doesn't hit him at least once, then it kills this. Then we can kill this one, and still mostly block. Yeah, that was the best outcome. Okay. We're gonna zap Coolhead Defend here. If we do a strike this turn, he just gets armor, and if we do a strike next turn, we kill him. So might as well block out. If our first two card awards are Coolhead and then Blizzard, I'm pretty happy about that. We might need Streamline to survive the fight. But let's take Blizzard and see if we can get more Frost Orbs at the shop, and then maybe we've got an archetype we can go with. There are more Frost Orbs available. We could buy both of these. And Capacitor? No, we can't quite afford that. Maybe we take Cold Snap Capacitor. We could pass on Capacitor. We do have a Capacity Potion, so it's a little bit redundant to buy it as well. We definitely need the Cold Snap. We can't afford Cold Snap, Capacitor card remove, or Potion or anything. Let's just buy a Cold Snap Cool-Headed, because we took a copy of Blizzard, so we need to back it up with stuff. It sucks to pass on Capacitor, but it also doesn't do anything. I think we are going to take the Fire here instead of the Elite. We are not feeling very strong. Probably want to upgrade either the Blizzard or the Cold Snap. We need damage. Seems like Cold Snap's a better source of it. We're pretty much playing Cold Snap every time it's in the hand, so... Alright, we got another upgrade here. I guess we'll take Blizzard. We need to get it upgraded at some point. Hopefully this isn't Gremlin Gnome. Okay. Alright, so this fight, unfortunately with the upgraded Cold Snap, it's we have to wake him up this turn if we want to get those Frost Orbs going. We're definitely going to use the Focus Potion this fight. So I guess we're going to wake him up now. Let's see, what else could we do? We could wait for Cold-Headed. And a Sunderspan to exhaust. It's not bad. So if we wake him up now, we do 7-10 damage. Yeah, I guess I'll wait for Cold Snap, because then we well, actually, we don't develop any more Frost Orbs. I guess we could if we Orb Capacity. We could theoretically wake him up with 3 Frost Orbs if we draw a Cold Snap again. So this is the first turn. On the second turn, we could Cool-Headed again. So we'd be drawing 6 cards, and there'd be 3 left, so there would be a shuffle on the wake-up turn. So it's possible we could get stuff. Plus, we can... actually, if we get boot value out of Cold Snap right now. Maximum boot value. But I think we're going to wait for hopefully 3 Frost Orbs with the Potion of Capacity. Okay, hopefully this draws the Potion. The Ascendant's Bane, it does. That's good. And then... okay, so we got a reasonable wake up next turn. Most likely. Kind of depends on the shuffle. Cool-Headed is great. Okay, and we get Blizzard, so we get boot value here. And then we can develop a Zap behind this. Or we could Strike. I think I like developing Zap. It's more damage over the long term. Alright, we should pretty much play Cool-Headed every time we see it. We're blocking for 8. Let's go ahead and block for 18. We can block out if we Cool-Head. We're already blocking for 18. Cool Head does potentially 2 damage, but it also potentially draws Blizzard early. So I think I'm just going to strike here. We can't afford to just sit around and let Lagavulin kill us. Blizzard for 18 is quite nice. Alright, now is the part of the fight where we get hurt a lot. If we strike, it's not lethal, so we're going to zap to block. And then it's lethal next turn. Okay, Molten Egg's very nice. We'll definitely take another Cold Snap. So we've got 4 Frost Orb generators here. 2 Cold Snaps, 2 Cool-Headed, and the Blizzard. Seems like a deck. Both of these directions give fire and then hallway fight, so I guess I'll take the one with more options. Kunai. So we've got deck scaling and Frost Orb scaling. I think we want the next elite, but I think we need to rest in order to do that. So let's rest here. Let's go ahead and dual cast and see where the damage is. Interesting. So we'll set him up to die if we need to kill him. And then punch the other one. Alright, looks like we need to kill him. He does less damage dead than alive, but still does some damage while dead. Take 9. A third copy of Cool-Headed? I don't know about that. That's a bit much. Yeah, considering the next fight could be Gremlin out, I think we're going to pass on third Cool-Headed. We need to get some block cards to scale with Kunai. Okay, it's not Gremlin. We managed to dodge him. Blizzard did great in this fight. We just need to develop a lot of Frost Orbs. Go for the Assassinate on the back one. And I think I'll just block out instead of developing 2 zaps. No, that can't be right. Well, I want all Frost Orbs. I don't really want Lightning Orbs. So yeah, I think I will. Probably should have focused the potions there. Missing 2 damage. Okay, so we're going to double Cool-Headed and then focus spot Cold Snap to block out. Yeah, that blocks. Almost blocks out. And I guess Blizzard was in the opening hand here. So we can kill the back Spire and block out, so that seems good. Back Sentry. Ooh, and to get our first decks from Kunai of the run. Alright, I guess I'll target the back one. I'm not sure how I'm imagining killing him, but we're basically 100% blocked out for the rest of the fight, so we just wait until they are dead. Play all the attacks. Turn off Brain. Next Blizzard is lethal on both. There it is. Darkstone Pair-Up is pretty disappointing. We can take a second copy of Blizzard Plus, which means we have 2 Cold Snaps, 2 Cool-Headed, and 2 Blizzard Pluses, which is a pretty nuts deck. All these options are good, obviously. All for One's a great card, but I think we're going to take a second Blizzard Plus. This is about as strong as Act 1 defect decks get. I just need like a Glacier. Just trying to draw back to Glacier here. I don't know if I'll get it before the fight's over, but... Or Black to Blizzard is what I meant. Now we have 2. I don't want any of these. All the attacks are going to be upgraded for the rest of the run, so... it's not super crazy that they're upgraded. Ball Lightning does do a lot of damage, but we're against Guardian, so... we kind of need to find ways to block. Force Field is interesting. We do have Dex Scaling, so potentially Force Field is 0 mana for Dex Scaling block. But I don't think that's where we're at yet. I think we can beat Guardian without the health and with 1 less card. We were going to take an upgrade anyway. So yeah, I think we can afford to remove a strike here. Removing a strike feels kind of bad because we're still trying to trigger Kunai. But we have Molten Egg, so we're definitely going to find lots of attacks that we want to take. So I'll remove a card here. Alright, and the upgrade's probably a Cool-Headed. Yeah. We're going to struggle a little bit to block him. We can only block for 6 with our orbs. We can either develop Zap or hit for 6 here. I think I'll just hit for 6. I want 3 Frost Orbs, so... We need to find some, like, 0-cost attacks or something. Let's Cool-Headed and look for more block. Guess we'll be satisfied double blocking here and taking a bunch of damage. Actually, blocked for the same amount as Cold Snap plus there, so I should play Cold Snap plus. Apologies for the gratuitous fight resetting. It's a pretty good amount to block. Should be able to survive here. Also, Blizzard is already hitting like a truck. That's just going to keep scaling up. So he's hitting for 16. It's probably defend, Blizzard. Cold Snap only blocks for 1 instead of... So we take 4 damage to do 9 and develop a Frost Orb. I'd be more excited about playing Cold Snap if we weren't on 19 health. So I think I'm just going to play Blizzard. Very nice. So we get to Blizzard again. Taking 4. Alright, we finally got a Dex in this fight. So defend Blizzard's pretty good here. Blocks out and does 33. Alright, so we just have to survive this multi-attack turn, basically. I think we're going to have to not Blizzard here. So we're currently blocking for 16, so I guess we take 4 to Blizzard. I think we finish the fight on higher health if we don't. Oh, we could have afforded Cold Snap there, but we definitely didn't need it. Okay, another shot at an all for 1+. If we take all for 1+, and then get Snecko Eye, we're super excited. So we don't really need Electrodynamics. Electrodynamics is like, if you have Lightning Orbs, then like this is your AoE solution, but A, I don't have Lightning Orbs, and B, I already have an AoE solution, so we're not picking that. All for 1 gets the zero cost cards. We don't have any. We could upgrade Zap and Dual Cast, but like, do we want to be playing Zap and Dual Cast? I kind of want to just remove Zap from the deck. Maybe I should have removed Zap instead of removing a Strike at that shop. All for One is great with Kunai. I guess we could just pick up All for One as like a speculative build around here. Let's just let's take a quick look at the wiki and take a look at all the zero cost defect cards that might be good in this deck, because I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any that make Frost Orbs, for example. So we've got here. I'll switch the view. We've got Beam Cell, so we can make people vulnerable. Not particularly good. Claw, which like pretty much only procs Kunai. Go for the Eyes, which makes people weak, which is nice. Steam Barrier, which is very nice. Turbo, which we don't need. Boot Sequence, we don't need. Chill does make Frost Orbs for 0, but it only makes one sort of round of them. FTL draws cards, which is nice. Overclock draws cards. Reboot draws cards. Seek is super good, and that's pretty much it. That's all you're getting with FTL if you don't get Snecko Eye. So I don't know about All for One, because the only orb generator is Chill, and that has Innate if you upgrade it. All for One does just do 14 damage by itself. We can take Multicast and just Multicast Frost Orbs, but I think what we really want is focus scaling cards, and we don't have any here. So I think we're just going to pass on this card award. It seems bad because all the cards are good, but I think it's the right option. All right, we definitely want... okay, I was going to say we definitely want a Energy Relic, but this is like not the greatest Energy Relic because we're quite strapped for orb slots, so having one full of Plasma is probably not where we want to end up. And then it's against Runic Pyramid, which is like one of the best ones. And Runic Pyramid is super good with Kunai because you can like hold attacks until you have 3, and it's just like you can pick 0 cost attacks because your hand is going to be full anyway. Runic Pyramid is bad with Cool Headed. We're just going to have to find a bunch of 0 cost stuff, but that's great because we want 0 cost stuff anyway. So Runic Pyramid it is. Okay, pretty promising deck. Yeah, it was very upsetting right at the beginning of the run, but now it's stabilized and it's quite good. There's no way to get a fire before the first elite unless you're willing to wait until this guy, and then you only get 1 in the act, which is not necessarily wrong, because you get to do like a little extra fire and a shop beforehand. Act 2 elites are also tough. Like, for example, you're not going to really outscale Book of Stabbing with this kind of deck. It seems like the easiest early route is like either this way or this way. I kind of like both of those. If we go this way, then we can decide to take an elite or a fire, and then we get a second fire, and then we can choose to either take a shop or an elite. This end section is pretty deadly, though. 4 hallway fights in a row, or 3 hallway fights and a elite is yikes. Whereas this left path is like, you know, you can either choose to take 2 elites, or you can choose to take 2 fires, and then you can choose to take a late elite and then a fire. So I think I like this left path better. Alright, taking a little bit of damage on the first turn here, but we do get to develop a couple of Frost Orbs. Yeah, we are going to run into hand size problems immediately. We're already blocked out, so I guess I'll just develop a Frost Orb. Yeah, it doesn't matter that we drew Blizzard because we get to save it, but... Alright, well I got two Blizzard Pluses and nowhere to go. He's only attacking for 12 and we're already blocked for 6, but we're frail, so in order to block out we have to play 2 defends. So how about we play 2 defends and then we to get rid of a strike. Not an appealing turn. So we can like Cold Snap, Blizzard, Blizzard, blocks for 11, so we would take 3, and it does a bunch of damage, and develops a dexterity. I think that's probably the play. Alternately, we could, like, if we want to block for 14, we could Cool-Headed and Defend. That blocks for, let's see, so we're always blocking for 6 at the end of turn, so each Frost Orb is just 5 extra. So 11, 16 would block out. At some point he's going to hit for 21 though, and we need to save our block stuff a little bit for that. Okay, we have Cold Snap, but I think we need to block a little bit here, so let's go ahead and play 2 defense and a zap. I guess a zap blocks for, so we'd end up with 4 at the end of turn and 5 before that, so we'd block for 9. So we could like zap Coolhead. Yeah, let's do that. Let's Coolhead first. Let's see what we draw. The other Coolhead. I guess we'll just Coolhead. Keep spinning those Frost Orbs. I'll Cold Snap even though it doesn't do any damage. Oh boy. Okay, so this is a 3 attack turn, right? Because Cold Snap blocks for 11. So let's do 3 attacks. I could have ordered that better. Strike, Strike gets maximum boot value. So I could have Strike, Strike, and then Frost Cold Snapped. Alright, do we have Lethal? Blizzard, and then Strike is our only damage. So I guess we can Cool-Headed first to get an extra Frost Orb for Blizzard. Oh, we have 2 Blizzards. That's definitely lethal. Okay. Claw Plus costs 0. I guess Charge Battery also costs 0 and it blocks, but Claw helps trigger Kunai, which is what we're having problems with. I guess technically Charge Battery gives you the energy to proc Kunai as well. And it's just like an all-around better card, and we're not having problems with damage particularly. So I think I'll take Charge Battery, but I don't feel great about it, especially since Claw is upgraded. I wish Claw Plus was a better card. Like, I wish it just said increase the damage of all Claw cards by 3 this combat. But I'll take Charge Battery. Okay, second hallway fight. It's tough to imagine scaling up quickly enough to win this one, although we did win the other version of it. I'll punch the Mugger first. If we are going to scale up quickly enough, it's going to be because we get Frost Orbs to go. So we need to count on AoE damage. Okay, we'll save the Blizzards. I guess I should save the Cold Snap too, and just double defend here. Save the Cold Snap to try and trigger Kunai later. But it also blocks for 2. Yeah, I'll just triple defend. Alright, he's already leaving. So we can like double Cold Snap Strike, which blocks for 6, and I would take 12. It seems like too much to take. We could double Cold Snap Dual Cast, which blocks for 14. Can we kill him? Cold Snap plus Cold Snap is 18. 24? No. Even if the thing lands on him. It's only 32. We could Cool-Headed and see what's in the shuffle. I would kind of like to put the Blizzards in the shuffle. But we can't do that and block. I guess Cold Snap Dual Cast is the max block anyway. So I'll just get that. I think we're going to give up on getting the front looter and just go for the Mugger. He didn't get that much money anyway. So if we cold snap, we have lethal on the back guy with 2 blizzards. So I guess we cold snap on the front guy. We don't have lethal on him though, so there's nothing we can do. Not too bad. Almost scaled it fast enough. All right, we're hurting now. Barrage would be good if we picked that. If we'd bought the whatchamacallit. Capacitor. I think we need turbo. We're having trouble playing all the cards in our hand. We have gotten rid of a strike, so it's not super appealing to get rid of 3 strikes to get 5 bites. However, since the deck takes quite a while to set up, becoming a vampire is pretty appealing. Also, I like being a frost-themed vampire. That's just fun. So we block out with frost orbs, heal up with bites. I think this is a pretty reasonable event to take. Plus, it doesn't cost us any max health right now, and we need the increased attack density. This is kind of a pickle. We don't really have enough money to go to a shop. We would just like basically card remove, and there's nothing really we want to card remove, so I think we don't do it. And then we're probably going to take this hallway fight and then double fire if we survive. We're not too afraid of getting dex down, so maybe this fight isn't too lethal. We are at 16 and have to fight a hallway fight after this though. So I think the highest survive Act 2 win rate is to lose all our gold. But I think the highest heart kill win rate, no, I don't know, we're pretty good against the heart. I think we just need to survive, like, Act 2 is being a real trouble though. We just need to survive this little section, and then I think we're okay, so I think we're going to actually pay them. No, we can't pay them $100 and then go to a shop, that's so stupid. Alright, fine, we'll fight them. This is a mistake, obviously. Oh, I forgot that we had Molten Egg plus bites, so that's super good. So let's block for a little bit. I guess let's defend while we still can. So this turn we defend Zap and then set up for like Cold Snap double bite next turn. Thinking about Kunai procs. That does prevent us from getting 3 Frost Orbs, but 3 Frost Orbs doesn't block out for this fight, or really any Act 2 fights, if you don't have any focus. Yeah, let's get the defend out of the hand while it still does something. And then I guess I'll Frost Orb for block. Alright, we've been grabbed. Is it too late to leave the fight? We can take a 1 in 3 chance of killing Pointy here. Even if that works, though, we still die to the other 2. Yeah, I should have paid these guys. Because we're clearly dying. Oh wait, bite 3 bites heals for 9. So we do technically survive. Okay, I guess I'll take the 1 in 3 chance of surviving. That's about as good as we're going to see, I think. So if Lightning Orb hits him, we survive. Nope. Okay, well that felt like kind of a waste. It was a good run that was coming together. We did get a little bit screwed at the beginning of it by Niao, but it was definitely shaping up. We don't want to remove cards. Getting potions is not great unless like somehow we're fighting a bunch of elites early. which is not the kind of path that we're looking at here. Seems like I kind of want to do this left path, but then that's like 4 hallway fights, and then an elite before the first tire. Just a little bit rough. Other way to go is this right way. But then you get a kind of an early shop, which is awkward. And there's no money option from Neil. So I think we'll plan on going left. So we need to pick something that gives us power right now. So maybe that is potions. Random rare cards are pretty good though. So for defect, the rare cards, there's some misses. There's like machine learning and amplify and like buffer that don't really give you echo form, creative eye, meteor strike. Yeah, actually I'm a little bit afraid of taking random rare card because if you got meteor strike, you've just got a curse in your deck, and we really need to have power early, so I think we're going to go for the potions. Alright, we get to hold on to a fairy bottle and a smoke bomb, it looks like. Having fairy bottle as a Niao reward is pretty awkward, because like we're at basically full health, so we're going to be holding on to that fairy bottle for a long time. So I guess we could take deck spot instead, but I don't think that's right. I think fairy bottle. Maybe we take deck spot over smoke bomb, because if we smoke bomb out of an easy fight, for example, we've just like skipped a great opportunity to get a card reward screen, and we're going to get another potion at some point in these first 4 fights, so we can't just be holding a smoke bomb for forever. So I think we're going to take the dexterity potion. Usually smoke bomb is much better, but from Niao, it's got some somewhat diminished value. Okay, unfortunately we take a bunch of damage here. Not much we can do about it. Hopefully we get lethal next turn. We didn't. But we got triple block, so I guess we only take 2. Alright. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Go for the eyes is not much damage. You could take recursion here or auto shields. Auto shields is pretty nice, especially if your primary source of block is frost orbs or something. I think I will take auto shields, but I wish it was an attack. I think I'll keep these 2 versus fear potion. Fear potion is nice though. Alright, can't block out. Even if dual cast they both hit him, we can't kill him. So I guess let's dual cast, see where it lands. They did both hit him. It's kind of bad. We could drink the deck spot right now. So deck spot saves us 2 this turn, and then we're going to be weak next turn, but we'll probably kill the acid slime and need to block out him again. I don't know, I think we'll get better value from Dex Potion later. Although it would be unfortunate to get blocked again. Surprisingly, we cannot kill the acid slime this turn. I guess we want to block out, and Zap does more damage over the long term. I don't mind being weak for 1 turn if it misses. It's fine. Not great fight RNG so far. Terrible card rewards. Beam Cell and Go for the Eyes have been my only 2 attacks in the first 2. I guess maybe this is a claw deck in disguise. We could take Stack and do another defensive things. I think this is just a skip though. None of these cards do enough to be the 13th card in the deck. We don't have enough health to do this, so we gotta skip. Alright, this is our last easy fight. We do start with max damage, but we waste 2 strikes, so we probably won't get him in the first shuffle, for example. Yeah. Zap dual cast strike is 16 plus 6 is 24 damage. Wait. 16 plus 6 is 22 damage. So that is not lethal, so we'll defend. And I guess we'll zap dual cast. Set him up for next turn. Dang. Okay, finally some attacks. I think we have to take Sweeping Beam over Cold Snap. Because the next fight can be a hard fight, and with some hard fights we don't survive without AoE. I think we're keeping the deck spot again. Okay, this is not one of the AoE based hard fights. We'll just develop strike because it does more long-term damage. This fight can be pretty long. I don't really want to draw a card because I can't play it. I guess none of these cards are very good, so maybe I do want to draw one just to shuffle sooner. Okay. Alright, now we're talking. So, we probably don't want to take Doom and Gloom. It's a really great card. We already have Sweeping Beam. I guess we are about to take an Elite. But these are all good attacks. We don't have any sorts of Frost Orbs, so we probably shouldn't take Compile Driver yet. And Cold Snap is generally one of the weakest damage commons, so I think we're going to take Doom and Gloom, just because it's a strong card. And we're about to fight our first Elite. Okay, hopefully this draws something that does damage. Probably using our Fairy in a bottle in this fight. It's a pretty hard fight. Let's see, we're guaranteed to get Doom Gloom Strike next turn, so we're probably doing 16 damage. And then he will be at 32. He does 8 and then 24 if you don't block him, so he does 32 over 2 turns. So we would survive that. But if we zap, then he would do 10 and 26 or something, so it would be lethal, so I will not zap. If Zap gave us a lethal next turn, I would do it, but it doesn't, and it's not close. Okay. Doom and Gloom is good here. Developing a Dark Orb means that Dual Cast might be a surprise lethal later. It's not next turn. Actually, Dual Cast Double Strike would do 24 plus 12. 36, so no, still wouldn't be lethal. Actually, it would, because I'm going to strike right now. So I guess we hope for that, and then we get to save the Fairy in a bottle. Otherwise, we die. Yeah. There's not really any point in defending because he's going to break Fairy in a bottle no matter what. So we might as well just punch him and go to 1/3 of our life. Yeah, that's okay. All right, Anchor's good. Capacitor's really good. Fission's really good. We don't have a lot of orb generation. We only have Doom and Gloom and Zap. So both of these are a little bit predicated on finding more of that. I think if we're going to have a Dark Orb generator, then Capacitor has extra value, which Fission doesn't have. Fission is kind of awkward with Dark Orbs. We're probably resting here, and Fission is not super good until you get it upgraded. So I think we're going to take Capacitor. Capacitor really needs Frost Orbs to be good, and we don't have any Frost Orbs, but I'll take it anyway. Alright, let's rest. Take a couple of hallway fights. Anchor putting in some serious work here. It does fight with auto shields, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and block out for 20, which is nuts. Probably going to kill him with the Dark Orb, whenever that comes up. So we'll focus our attacks on the Jawworm. Actually, they're at about equal healths, and it is not at all clear how we get the Dark Orb forward enough to play it. Sweeping Beam plus Dual Cast can theoretically kill the Acid Slime. I guess let's see where the Dual Cast hits land. Oh, okay, great. Then we'll block out as much as we can. Hopefully draw dual cast again. I think we're just in dual cast waiting room, so we'll block as much as we can. There it is. Second copy of Capacitor. I think we'll pass on that. We don't have any orbs particularly, so getting more orb slots is not very good. Reprogram is definitely not what we want, and go for that is bad, so we're skipping here again. I guess I'll take Strike Dummy. I still have all my strikes, so that's pretty nice actually. This could be a shop, potentially, but let's not count on that. 275 gold is a ton, though. But we're already at 260, so we've got plenty. Alright, have to rest again. Let's take this question mark instead of this elite. We'll probably fight this elite later, but if we take question mark hallway fight, we get to choose, and we're definitely not gonna don't have enough health to take both, so. Alright, we're already blocked out, so let's look into the deck a little further. We don't really need Capacitor up. That was a mistake. I should have punched the back one, because we might need him dead. But Doom Gloom Dual Cast is lethal, so whatever. Alright, Rip and Tear, now we're talking. This is the first like real, just like attack we found. Maybe we should have taken that reprogram. I'm sure reprogram is a trap, but still, Rip and Tear is really good with it. Okay, I think we need to take that. We are against Guardian. Maybe against Guardian we just like wait and build up a huge Dark Orb and then dual cast him. And we should just take Charge Battery and survive. I don't think so though. Alright, let's try and find some more damage. We're definitely going to strike. I guess we could theoretically zap dual cast if we think. But zap takes 3 turns to pass strike now. The most damage is strike dual cast, which is 16 plus 9, 25. Puts him at 40. It's a pretty good setup to split him next turn with like potentially Doom and Gloom Rip and Tear. Or just Rip and Tear double strike. Or just triple strike. We have a lot of damage, so I think let's set him up to split. I think this is a good enough split, sure. And then we have Doom and Gloom next turn. Auto Shields blocks out, almost blocks out. We could Doom and Gloom or Rip and Tear. We could Rip and Tear Strike, which actually does more damage than Doom and Gloom. Plus, if we Rip and Tear and hit this back one twice, then we can just Doom and Gloom and finish him. That is the opposite. I guess I'm taking 2 to kill this one. Yeah, I think that's worth it. Eventually my Frail will wear off if I'm lucky. No, he's going to keep it up. That's fine. We have lethal next turn anyway. We had lethal this turn if we just dual casted. Alright, Fire Potion's super good for breaking, what's his face? We have Capacitor, so Chaos is a little bit better than normal. We also have Dark Orb, so Recursion's super good. Should probably just take Recursion. Yeah, I think I will. Okay, what do you got? It's a log of the one, so probably want to wait until Dark and Tear to wake him up. Doom and Gloom to wake him up. But that happened immediately, so I think we're just going right now. We could dual cast to put the Dark Orb first, which is good with Recursion. Yeah, I think I will do that. We have to pass on Rip and Tear, but it's not a huge loss of damage. Sweeping Beam first, see what we're up to. Alright, I think we want to Dex Pot double defend. Alright, now we can auto shields recursion strike. Seems pretty good. Alright, and then dual cast should be lethal whenever we draw it. Might not even need it. Doom and Gloom Strike is 15, which is not lethal. Bummer. I guess we double defend then. We're not guaranteed to get dual cast next turn either. Let's see, we could Fire Potion to save 10 health. I think Fire Potion saves more than 10 health against Guardian though, so I think we'll save it. Alright, we did do dual cast. A little bit late, cost some health. Vajra is nice. So we have Vajra and Strike Dummy, so our regular strikes are super strong. Let's take Static Discharge. I don't know about that. It's good against Guardian, kinda. I think we're just skipping. Not a lot of good card rewards. I don't know if we can afford an upgrade, and there's not one that is like screaming out as being amazing. It seems sad to just rest again, but I think that's what we're doing. Otherwise we might not survive. Let's Sweeping Beam first, see what is up. And then Rip and Tear Strike sets him up to break next turn, hopefully. Doom and Gloom Recursion does break him, so let's do that. Unfortunately, our Dark Orb is in front, so we can't really do any orb stuff if we want to build that up. And we only get... I guess we get one per shuffle, huh? I guess we're just going to defend to pass here. Just a little sad since our strikes do 10. Yeah. So next time he gets up, we should be able to knock him down really easily with dual cast if we don't keep drawing it, which I guess we will. We can knock him down with Fire Potion too. Man, not drawing the defense at the right time here. I guess we're going to develop Capacitor and defend. We could dual cast. I think that's wrong. I think we just wait. Feels bad though. Alright, auto shields, double defend blocks out. We're definitely going to play auto shields. I think we're going to defend at least once more. I'll do 10 damage instead of blocking for 4. Alright, we can Strike Recursion to break him. Or we can trust the shuffle. I think I like Strike Recursion. Good to use that Dark Orb again later. I will develop Zap too this time. Alright, getting close to dual cast being lethal in that. But not quite. It would do 84 damage now. So we're going to defend. I guess we can dual cast Recursion to just do 42 damage. Let's see, if we Recursion, we do 8, and then we do 6, so it's 14 plus 84 is 14 plus 84 is 98. Plus 20 is not lethal, it's off by 11. So we're not doing that. So yeah, I guess just dual cast Recursion then. Well, it's not far off lethal. Yeah, I guess I'll just set him up for lethal soon. There's no sense in missing another shuffle with dual cast. Rip and Tear Sweeping Beam is not lethal, but it does put us in range for Fire Potion. We can block out though, so we're not in any rush. I guess let's just block out and wait for Lightning Orbs to tick. Strike Recursion is lethal. Strike Nothing is also lethal. Core Surge seems like what this deck is doing already, just punching people until they are dead. Goes nicely with Biased Cog, obviously. Amplify, we do have a Capacitor. If we pick up Capacitor and the Focus Power, then Amplify's got a lot of friends. Echo Form obviously is a big old build around. Works pretty nicely with like recursion and stuff. Does not work well with auto shields. I think this deck is pretty weak, so we're going to pick Core Surge to try and survive. We haven't found like a thing that we're trying to win the game with. Like this deck just has no prospect of being broken enough to beat the heart. So we can't pick Busted Crown. We can't pick Philosopher's Stone because it's suicide. I think Astrolabe is better than nothing, but we do have Strike Dummy, so getting rid of 3 strikes is not super appealing. Maybe we do 2 strikes and a defend or something. I think so. Alright, they always fly away so fast. What'd you get? So we got Upgraded Double Energy Plus, which is very interesting, and Cool-Headed Plus. So that's a bit of a build-around package. Double Energy, draw a bunch of cards, play a bunch of 0-cost stuff. Recursion also costs 0 when it's upgraded. Rainbow Plus is a bit of a stinker. Not super exciting. Pretty expensive. Doesn't exhaust. Not very good. Okay, it's the deck. Alright, we have a bunch of gold, so probably the best prospect for upgrading the deck is going to one of these stores. Probably this one, because we have an out of going to a fire. Or we could take these 2 elites, or we could go left and take that elite too if we want another shop. Seems pretty reasonable. Sweeping Beam is pretty good in the fight. We have lots of AoE for the fight. That's nice. We're already mostly blocked out. Yeah, I think I like that. That order was wrong, but it didn't matter. I guess I'll... No, there's no point in double energying here because the most energy I could spend is 4. Maybe I do want to spend 4 though. Let's see, I'm getting attacked for 18. So I want to play both of these and block for 16. I want to play that and I want to play that, so I guess I will play double energy. Get that out of the deck too. So we're mostly blocked out, so we're not too afraid. Let's see where the things land before we decide who to Core Surge. Excuse me. It came on very suddenly. I still don't know who's Core Surge. This is going to do 18 next turn. Because I'll punch you, so you're the lowest. No, you and you both can be the lowest. Either one's fine. It doesn't matter. Okay, he's only attacking for 12 this turn, so we can just recursion him to death. So let's do that and then Rip and Tear. Okay, I guess I'll Let's see, are we guaranteed to get a... No, we're not. So I'll strike you in case we need to kill you next turn. Recursion kills him. Rip and Tear does not kill him. What does it leave him at? 4. Okay, I'll just block. Still taking 7. And then kill him. This deck is a mess. Let me get some water real quick. Be right back. All right. Oh my god, this deck is such a garbage heap. The last one was so much better. I don't really want to pick Ball Lightning because it kind of gets in the way of the Dark Orb thing. That's the strongest thing this deck does. I guess I'll pick Steam Barrier. We're still a 3 energy deck, so picking 0 cost cards is pretty good. We also have this double energy, but we have Turbo to go with the double energy. We don't have any like X costs out for really any card draw. Oh, cool-headed, so it's not really actually good, but maybe it could eventually become good. I'll take Steam Barrier. We are actually going to a shop pretty soon, and relics are good. We need relics to become a good deck. Okay, it's not too bad. Might be able to remove it here. Another relic. Okay. Great, I could double energy, so I could spend both of these cards. I'm rich. Alright, we can develop a Dark Orb and start moving towards the front. I wish that the recursion was upgraded, but it is not. Let's cool-headed. It blocks and we get to see what's in our hand. Rainbow blocks for 7 or for 5. It does a tiny bit of damage and develops a Dark Orb. Doom and Gloom itself does not do any damage, but it does develop a Dark Orb. Oh, I guess it does do damage. Actually, it does more damage. But it doesn't block for anything. So I guess I'll Rainbow. I don't think we can really survive Act 2 based on the staggering power of Rainbow Plus, but we'll give it a shot. We do have Capacitor with our Rainbow, which is a nice combination. We'll Rip and Tear first to get a Plated Armor, and then Sweeping Bead. Looks like Steam Barrier is getting played. I guess I'll strike since we're frail. I think Recursion would be cooler if it played your back orb and put it back in front. Let's cool-headed and see what we get. Not very useful, but we have auto shields, so we're not too concerned. I was wondering where my cat was. She's upstairs. Core Surge gets a plated armor. And we can like double defend. Sure. This guy does debuff you, so it's worth it to just have the artifact charge. We have double energy with our rainbow, so that's kind of nice. So now we can do 30 damage with recursion, or we could dual cast Relief Home. I don't like that cursed tube made me cough violently in the real world. What does this deck do? I guess Chaos, maybe? Is this a Chaos deck? Is there such a thing as a Chaos deck? Is Chaos ever good? If it was upgraded, maybe I'd take it. Do we get anything out of Rebound? We have Sweeping Beam and some energy manipulation stuff, so having expensive turns is good. We also have Cool Headed, so we can like rebound, play something, play Cool Headed, play the thing again. I don't know what the thing is, but that idea sounds cool. Alright, now we get to get that Writhe out of the deck. Or we can take Medical Kit, that's pretty exciting. Medical Kit, there is a card, a defect card that combos with Medical Kit. It's the, I forget what it's called. Is it called Turbo? Where you draw 2 cards and then shuffle a burn. You can get rid of the burn if you pick Medical Kit. Man. I don't see anything else super appealing. Got like Skim Boot Sequence. It's kind of cool. I'm really distracted by how much coughing I'm doing. Let me get a cough drop. Excuse me, I'm also going to go blow my nose. I'm such a gross person right now. Okay. Can we cook it? We really just need like bias cognition, and then we're kind of off to the races. We have like a dark orb, and that stuff happening. Okay, let's just remove the Wrath. That's like the clearly best thing. Then maybe I'll stop coughing. We have Panache as an option. We could do like Panache and like double energy card draw shenanigans. So go by Panache and Skim. Panache just doesn't do enough damage though. Yeah, I think I'd rather buy a medical kit. And then boot sequence. Yeah, I'll let boot sequence. It's good if we're going to be drawing lots of cards. We're not drawing lots of cards yet, but I think we don't take this elite. No, we'll try the elite. Either we're going to get relics or we're going to lose the run, right? So let's do the elite. Okay, we can block out mostly with boot sequence. We also have capacitor rainbow. We can also just rainbow and core surge to block the vulnerable. We have a ton of damage in potions. So if we core surge and rainbow, let's rainbow first and see where the lightning orb lands. Okay, that's the worst option. We'll go ahead and core surge on Backslaver. I'll save the potion because there's no reason to use it right now. Our artifact potion does not save us from the net because we're getting vulnerable by the middle slaver. If we find dual cast, we can cool-headed recursion the frost orb and then dual cast the dark orb, doing 24 damage to him and putting him in fire potion range. Let's go ahead and cool-headed first. Okay, he got hit with the thing, which means now we can strike and double potion to kill him. So strike, double potion, auto shields. Seems fine. I was wrong. He was not vulnerable. This guy does so many different things. So we could play Rebound and then Sweeping Beam and get back, I guess would be like Steam Barrier? I don't know if we really want to play Steam Barrier twice right now. Maybe we just Doom and Gloom and then Rebound. So we have for next turn. We could just Rebound Sweeping Beam, draw one of these cards. We need to block. I guess we do want to play Steam Barrier twice this turn. Okay. Oh, shoot. I played it in the wrong order. It was dumb. I'm not super attached to this run, though, so I'm just going to let it die. Obviously, it's not dying this turn, but it will die soon. We got a Steam Barrier back. Let's see where Rip and Tear lands. The worst target, naturally. We could double energy just to get it out of the deck, but I think I'll leave it for now. Alright, Doom Gloom Dual Cast is lethal. Lethal plus 59 damage. I feel like Glacier is good because Glacier is good in every deck. Maybe Loop. Loop is the most optimistic pick. Loop is like, if you put a Dark Orb in front, you can get it super high and then recursion it, or whatever. I think Glacier helps me survive the most. And this deck kind of needs that. Okay, sure. I can't buy anything here, so I guess we'll just leave. This is a good turn to be intangible. Probably Doom and Gloom defend here. Oh, I'm going to restart the fight and strike instead of defend because I have Anchor. Maybe I'm just not very good at this game. You know, that's what's happening. Okay, so we have... we can recursion to put the Dark Orb in front, and we can rebound the recursion to be able to play the Dark Orb next turn. Next turn it will do 18 damage. So, and in this fight it generally hits the Mystic, which is unfortunate. Let's see where the Lightning Orb goes. Okay, so maybe we can get it to hit the Centurion. Yeah, he's at lower life. We're almost dead, but let's go ahead and recursion and then cool-headed. Okay, I guess we'll zap. No, Rip and Tear does so much more damage. Oh, nice. That's the best target. Okay. Might be able to get him. We need, like, Rainbow here. I guess we already had Rainbow? Alright, we need to somehow block for 14. Maybe we just dual cast and hit him with both, and then Corsair Sweeping Beam kills him? Wow. Okay. Saved. I guess that this game really wants me to keep playing this character. We're going to keep the Dark Orb in the front for dual cast here. And then we're going to desperately look for dual cast. I guess we still survive. Excuse me. This is the worst time to end the fight because of Incense Burner, so we should try and wait until that's recharged. Let's see, we can't block out this turn without killing her, so let's kill her. Okay, second copy of Rainbow. Seems terrible. Since the deck is already a steaming pile, we can just take Aggregate. I think let's like Cool-Headed. I don't know why, but it's a good card. I think we're trying to get to this fire so that we can heal. Toy Artifact is quite nice. We get to heal here, or we could take... I think what we read here, we need to find Bias Cog if we want to win the run. And we're going to heal here anyway. No Guts, no Glory. Let's get it. There's no Bias Cog here. There's a Consume. We like really badly need anything that says Focus on it. And Consume said Focus. So I think we're taking Consume. And we need to heal. We got a second shot at that aggregate, along with some other garbage cards. I don't think we want a second copy of Steam Barrier, so we skip. There's orange pellets, but we can't afford it. Also, we still don't have Bioscog, so probably just buying nothing here. Maybe buy a strength pot. Yeah, I think a strength pot's pretty reasonable. Barrage is also okay. We have capacitor. We also have consume, so I'll take strength pot. Okay, is this when the run ends? Is this it? Courser, Drip, and Tear Defend seems pretty good. Oh, I'm going to restart the fight. Clearly we're going to need Strength Pot this fight. No doubt about it. And we're going to need every point of damage we can find. We could rebalance Sweeping Beam. Yeah, let's draw some cards. Rainbow's not good. If we dual cast, the Lightning Orb gets out of the way. We could Gambler's Brew right now, but then there's a bunch of stuff that costs 2 that we don't want to find, so let's not. Okay, I was kind of hoping for the double energy thing here. If we Glacier Cool-Headed, we block for 6 plus 7 is 13 and die. If we Auto Shields Glacier, we block for 18 plus 4 is 22. Seems okay. Just sort of marching slowly towards the grave, but still. We have Consume. We're going to play all the cards. Oh, Recursion. We can't play all the cards because we didn't get an upgraded Recursion. So I guess we just consume Steam Barrier Recursion and skip Capacitor. Capacitor doesn't do anything this turn, and we're probably dead this turn, even though we played all the cards. Okay, terrible run. Felt really bad to play it. Glad it's over. Let's start a new one. Okay. Is there an early shop? Can we take advantage of that gold? There is a very early shop on a good route that ends up with a fire and an elite. What? What's happening? It's only a 2 elite route. We could go to the shop and take 4 early fights, and then take these 2 elites, and then still get a late one and this fire. I think I like that. We'll decide when we're here if we want the question mark or the fire, but we probably want the fight. So I think we're taking the gold. Transforming cards early is not good because you lose your strikes. Upgrading a card is okay, but I think it's worse than 100 gold. So we'll take the 100 gold. Alright, let's go ahead and defend and dual cast and zap. Taking 7 on the fight. Let's try and keep it at 7, if we can. We can. Alright, no early attacks. We're about to go to a shop, though. Who is our boss? Because again, some of them Static Discharge is good. Slime Boss, it is not one of them, so we're not taking Static Discharge. We could take Beam Cell for the memes. I think Chaos Orb is probably just bad. So that's a skip, and let's go to shop. Orange pellets right off the bat. floor 2 orange pellets. I mean, you can't do anything with it on floor 2, so... but that's okay. You don't need to do anything with it on floor 2. Okay. So now I just got to find bias cog, basically. Let's see where dual cast lands. Okay. I think we'll double defend and try to take 0 this fight. Okay, double defend again. Break his little armor open. And then 2 strikes is lethal. 0 damage. Good fight. Consume does some damage. Powers are also good because we have orange pellets. So we should probably take Storm. Let's look at all the defect power cards really quick. Okay, there's a bunch of them. I'm kind of interested in like how many like cheap ones there are. Because if we're taking orange pellets early, then like we're kind of hoping to be like a creative AI deck. So most of them are rare. Let's skip over those. So there's like capacitor, loop, defrag are like the meat and potatoes defect powers. There's like self-repair and static discharge and stuff. Hello world. There are no common powers. They're all uncommon or more. It's a little bit risky to take Storm, but otherwise I have to take Claw, so I think we'll do it. We need card rewards to get bias cog, so I'll take the card reward path. Okay, we're definitely defending, definitely zapping, and I think dual casting. So we took 1 in the fight, hopefully that's it. I guess if we triple defend here, we most likely have lethal next turn. I guess I could have just looked, but yeah, we do. Okay. There's ball lightning. Probably want that, right? None of these are powers. We definitely don't want reprogram. Hi, Hoddington. Thanks for the raid. How did you get so many viewers? That's amazing. Welcome to all of the Hoddington people. I hope you like my stream. I am a game developer who is sort of playing, streaming Slay the Spire to try and gain a little bit of an audience so that when I start like needing playtesters for stuff and like have a community around to give feedback on early builds and stuff. That's sort of my main objective. But I'm also playing Slay the Spire to try and learn some stuff from it. How was your stream today, Huntington? Ooh, those are some pretty cool emojis. So we're definitely gonna take the ball lightning here. Okay. So we can ball lightning the one who's buffing, so that we can kill him if we need to, and mostly block out. Don't get to develop Storm, but it doesn't actually do anything, so that's fine. We can actually use Storm to remove the vulnerable charge in this fight, but it doesn't look like that's gonna be happening here. I guess it could happen if we shuffle Storm into the hand right now. Nope. But we also have lethal, so whatever. Oh no! Disaster. Okay, so we still are pretty early on, so we need some attacks. Streamline is pretty good at that. We're about to fight an elite, so I think we're going to take Streamline. We could upgrade in here and take a 2 elite path instead of a 3 elite path, but I want to try and do 3 elites. We've got 2 potions, so got to spend them on something. Okay. I'll do the most damage here. Damage here too. We're probably going to use the weak potion in this fight. We could spend it either this turn or next turn. I think I'll do it next turn just in case he's hitting me for... let's see, if he's hitting me for 24 more than 2 times, I think I just lose. So I'm going to use the weak potion right now. Alright, we found Streamline again. That's nice. It's possible we should Gambler's Brew here and look for Ball Lightning Strike. Or actually just 2 strikes is lethal. So let's just strike in Gambler's Brew for 3. Cool. Flex with Orange Pellets. I had a Flex Orange Pellets Ironclad run recently that like made it to Act 4, but didn't died to the Spire Gross. I think it just like wasn't quite fast enough. I kind of like it. I think there's a lot of weird artifacty interactions in the deck in Slay the Spire. So from like a design perspective, I think it's a little bit inelegant. But most of the sort of interesting things that you get to do on A20 revolve around either abusing artifact charges or like giving bosses debuffs during their reset turns, in addition to all the normal deck building goodies. So it's kind of a necessary part of the game. You have to spend your complexity budget somehow. So well, there's a Hyperbeam here. Is this a Hyperbeam deck? I think probably not. We did just get Strike Dummy. None of our attacks are strikes, so I don't work with that. We're going to take another Elite. It can't be Gremlin Knob again. So it's either going to be Sentries or Lagavulin. And against both of those, Hyperbeam is actually pretty good. So I think I will take Hyperbeam, just as a solution to problems. It's good against Slime Boss too. I don't feel great about it, but I will do it. Alright, this fight is hard. Streamline dual cast is the most damage. That can theoretically... Oh no, it can't kill Acid Slime, it's not quite enough. Let's dual cast and see where they land. Okay, they split. I think Strike Defend is better than Streamline. We want to be defending for sure, because we don't want to take 20 damage right now. And then I guess I'll strike the Acid Slime. He'll probably get away. We don't have quite enough damage. So this next Elite is going to be a big challenge. We can double block here to get rid of most of the damage. And then just win the fight when he leaves. Or we could Hyperbeam, kill them both. Alright, so we need like a second Hyperbeam here to win. Okay, sure. Genetic Algorithm is great. It's only floor 7, so I think it's the perfect time to pick Genetic Algorithm. Storm doesn't really do anything in the deck. I picked it because I have Orange Pellets. But I'm not like a... Yeah, that's a pretty good shuffle. I definitely like getting two Hyperbeams in a row. We'll block as much as we can here. I think I like keeping the Lightning Orb around, especially since we have Strike Dummy. So like this does 3 damage, so it does 12 damage with this line, and this only does 16, so it like pays off next turn basically. If we punch the weak one, he will be in Hyperbeam range sooner. There is an argument to using dual cast because it might never pay off. If we like Hyperbeam this turn, for example, This lightning never does any more damage. But we're not doing that. I think we're just triple defending. And then, like, we can Hyperbeam Strike to kill the front one before he goes next. Or maybe just Hyperbeam. No. If he had gotten hit again and Hyperbeam had been last go, we could just Hyperbeam him. Let's see. If we Ball Lightning, then Hyperbeam doesn't actually get very much damage. Maybe this is not... Maybe we don't Hyperbeam yet. Maybe we, like, Ball Lightning Streamline. Hyperbeam's really good, though. So we've got 6 Dazes in the deck? Yeah, 6 Dazes. So if we kill him this turn, then we shuffle with 9 Dazes. Or wait, do we shuffle before they go? Seems like an important detail, but I don't remember how it works. So we'd be able to shuffle a 1-mana Streamline if we Streamline, but then he might get to attack again. I think him getting to attack again is just too much. We don't have any Frost Orbs or anything, so I don't think there's any... it's interesting that you draw at the start of your turn. It's so, like... It's so antithetical to how board games all work. Board games all make you draw at the end of your turn so that people aren't, like, waiting for you to shuffle. But yeah, that is how it works. So we will have either 9 or 12. I guess I'll develop the Lightning Orb. It doesn't do anything, but if it ends up getting invoked, it does do damage. So it's better than Strike. Alright, gotta draw some defense here if we want to survive. Now we have a pretty good chance of killing this Sentry before he attacks. We just have to draw either Hyperbeam or 2 strikes. Oh yeah, yep. Great, we got Streamline, so we could kill him with that. Unfortunately, Strike doesn't do quite enough damage. We'll just continue never playing Storm. Hopefully draw a Strike here. Hyperbeam, that's kind of like a Strike, right? Peace Pipe. Take a second Genetic Algorithm. Cold Snap, it's nice to get some Frost Orbs going. Let's see, what are we doing next? We're probably going to this Fire because we're at 10. I think I like taking a second Genetic Algorithm. Ooh, we got a big chest with a lizard tail. Very nice. So we're not really at 10 anymore. We're really at like 46. But I'll rest anyway. We could remove a card here. It is allowed. Sometimes it's right to take a curse early, could pay off later in a heavy power deck with high focus and low orbs. Yeah, I'm not sure what curse you're referring about taking, but yeah, for sure. Mostly focused on just like finding biased cognition, right? We have orange pellets, so like if we can find biased cognition, we pretty much win. Oh, you mean Storm? Yeah, yeah. Right, that is why we took Storm for sure. I don't think the argument against resting is good enough. What does the Hyperbeam upgrade look like? 34. That is so much damage. It's crazy how much worse Hyperbeam is than Inferno for Ironclad. It like is basically the same card where it's like a big AoE attack with a downside, but like the downside for defect is like half of your deck doesn't work. And the downside for Ironclad is like maybe you'll take 2 damage later. So I think we're resting here. We can complete a side quest here, Genetic Algorithm, and block out a little bit. It does feel bad to miss 9 damage from Strike, but I'm definitely not missing playing a Genetic Algorithm if I can. That is true. It only fixes the focus if we have negative focus in absolute terms, though, right? So if we pick up powers that like that give us focus, then we're unlikely to have actual negative focus unless we like happen to get things in the perfect order. I mean, it also could remove his like net, right? Like it does stuff. So next turn we're probably just triple blocking if we draw 3. So I guess we'll just streamline Ball Lightning this turn. I think if we Hyper Beam and we don't have any attacks, we feel a little bit sad that our Lightning Orbs aren't doing anything. I guess I spent an energy already? What happened? I like distracted myself doing something else. But I don't know how I got here. Okay, sure, whatever. We got triple defend. Great. That's what we're talking about. Let's do it. Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam. Okay, none of these seem super good. If we take Beam Cell, though, we can make people vulnerable and then Hyper Beam them for more. That's true. That's true. That's right, we got a catch-22 of netting, where it's like you need a strike to remove the net, but then you can't strike because you netted. If this was upgraded, that'd be great. 2 vulnerable is quite different than 1 vulnerable. I think we pass on this. We want fights so that we can get upgrades on genetic algorithm, and so we can find bias cognition. So I think we go this way rather than this way, even though there might be like relics in those. The relics in Act 1 tend to cost some health too, and we don't have a ton of health to play around with. There's an argument for going left of we take 3 question marks and just like wimp out and go to the boss. But I think we probably lose like in Act 2 if we do that, so we're going to go a little bit more aggressive. We have Lizard Tail too, so we can't like literally die here. Bias Cognition is great in all acts. Wait, what do the 40 and 60 numbers mean? I don't understand. We can use Orange Pellets to clear Fat Gremlin debuffs if Storm wasn't our starting hand. We might want to Duplication Pot on the Ball Lightning here to try and kill either Fat Gremlin or Sneaky Gremlin. For both of them, it would do 14 damage, and we would depend on one of the Lightning Orbs hitting him. We have 3 1 in 4 chances, so the chance of all miss is 9 over 16, which is like slightly higher than 50%. So it's not a great chance of killing him, but I think killing Fat Gremlin is pretty rewarding. Since we really don't want to be frail and weak next turn, so I think we're going to use the Duplication Potion. Come on, kill him. Yeah, we did it. Hyper Beam. We actually can't Hyper Beam yet, because if we do, we win, and then we don't play the other genetic algorithm. So we would like to not Hyper Beam if possible. However, if we don't Hyper Beam, we are taking 5 damage right now. Hi Troll Fun, how's it going? We got a raid from Hoddington, so we have way more viewers than normal. People like Mint Chocolate Dublin. Who is that? Oh, now he's following. Hey, look at that. Say somebody's name on stream. Bam, got a follower. So do we win the fight right now, or do we wait for genetic algorithm? We can develop this genetic algorithm right now. This one's kind of weak. Yeah, anything with mint chocolate, pretty delicious. Although, obviously there's limits, you know. Yeah, I think I just Hyper Beam right now. It sucks to lose out on 2 future block with genetic algorithm, but eventually genetic algorithm will be blocking for like 30 or something. Oh, is that what the 40 and 60 numbers were? Like best case scenario genetic algorithms? Yeah, I think 40 is an aggressive target. I think usually you get less than that. Yeah, I think I'll just win. Sure. We don't really want charge battery. We kind of already have a lot of block. We could take Hello World, it's a power. Also, it adds, I guess common cards can't ever be powers for defect, huh? I was kind of thinking it could be like forever, forever trigger orange bullets, but it can't. I think I'll take Hello World anyway. We're a little bit short on damage, so Hello World gives us like lightning strikes and stuff. All right. Hey, look, we can trigger both genetic algorithms right away. Sure. It's kind of a short fight, so I'll definitely take the damage now from that. Hyper Beam Strike is lethal. We've completed our side quests. We've finished this fight with no damage. Love it. I don't think any of these are... We're not, like, ready to be a double energy deck. Yeah, so I think we skip all these. Barrage is nice sometimes, but we don't have, like, a capacitor or anything, so we'll skip. Alright, who do we got? Another Gremlin Knob. Not fun. Very hard to complete genetic algorithm quests against Gremlin Knob as well. But we can do this first one. Is it worth it? So we're definitely playing Ball Lightning, and I think we're definitely dual casting. And then we're either genetic algorithming or striking. So if we skip strike to play genetic algorithm, do we die? Okay, so he's gonna activate a Lizard Tail most likely. He's gonna hit us for 8 and then for 24. And I don't see us blocking the 24. So we'd have to kill him in... we have 1 energy to spend this turn, and then 6 more energy to kill him. So if we spend this energy on striking, then he's at 56. We cannot get 2 Hyper Beams because we don't shuffle. So spending 6 energy on attacks is Hyper Beam, Streamline, Double Strike is the most efficient. So that's 26 plus 15 is 41, plus 18 is 57. So we do kill him. We kill him with 1 damage to spare if we strike right now. If over the next 2 turns we draw these 4 cards. There's 13 cards and we'll draw 10 of them over the next 2 turns. So the we have strike damage, so they do 3 more damage. So we're going to miss 3 cards, and we need those 3 cards to be either Hyper Beam or Streamline, or 2 strikes. So let's see. So the chance of that is actually pretty reasonable. Pretty reasonably high that these last 3 cards contain one of Hyper Beam, Streamline, or 2 strikes. I think it's high enough that we're basically certain to need an extra turn. So we're basically certain to eat Lizard Tail this fight, so we should genetic algorithm. On the other hand, Lizard Tail is super good against Slime Boss, because if we go into Slime Boss with like 4 health or something, or I guess 9 health is what we're talking about, because he's going to hit us for 8. So if we go into Slime Boss with 9 health and he hits us for like 40 and triggers Lizard Tail, then we like get a huge amount of health out of that we wouldn't normally get. So I think it's worth pursuing the upside and skipping the genetic algorithm. So we'll have to see what these last 3 cards are, but... Oh, I totally did not count the damage from lightning also. So all that math was way wrong. But whatever. So if we streamline now, Zap actually gets the same amount of damage as a strike. And this Zap also got as much damage as a strike. So we only need to hit... if we Zap now, hits for 10... and then we hit him for 6, and then we hit him for 6 again. So he takes 12 total, and goes to 26. So we still have to draw exactly Hyper Beam. There's no way around it. And that's whether we play Zap or not. So I guess I won't play Zap. Alright, we drew Hyperbeam. So I guess a little wrinkle in that is now I could have finished my genetic algorithm this turn if last turn I had played Zap. But since I didn't play Zap last turn, I have to play Strike this turn, which is a bit of a bummer. But saving the Lizard Tail is definitely worth it. So I will take my licks here. Turnip is great. No more Frail. Equilibrium's tempting. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten to do it because yeah, the orb doesn't do any damage after Hyperbeam. Let's see. So do I need Melter for the damage, or can I take Equilibrium? Is kind of the question in my mind. Do I need Equilibrium? I have to have 2 genetic algorithms. We have quite a bit of block. They only block once, though, and being able to retain them is pretty good, because eventually they're going to block for a ton. So being able to be like, actually, I'll wait and use the giant block next turn when it's actually valuable is pretty great. I don't think we need the damage. We have Streamline, which we're probably going to be able to play like 2 times before the slime splits. I don't know if I even want Equilibrium though. I think I will take it though. I think it's good against small slimes. We're not going to rest because he's going to break us with his first attack even if we do rest. Actually, if we go up to 30, we only have to block for 8 to save the Lizard Tail. We kind of want the Lizard Tail to go with the first big attack though. So we can either Smith or Toke here. I think we want that Hyperbeam upgrade though. It's so good against little slimes. So we'll take that. Yeah, Melter's like definitely got like some specific fights where it's insane, but I do not think we want to turn 1 Hyperbeam. Let's see what's in the colorless potion. What would we take with Secret Weapon right now? Probably Streamline. Yeah, I think it's pretty good to take Streamline right now. Coconut wants to say hi. I'll save Genetic Algorithm. Alright, we get to develop Hello World here. Let's see, we can only block for 5. Yeah, there's not a ton of non-strike strikes for defect, but let's see, how many are there? There's Thunder Strike, Meteor Strike, and that's it. So those ones would do extra damage. It's pretty valuable for Thunder Strike actually, because it would do 3 extra damage per lightning. That's pretty insane. I didn't think about that. Yeah, colorless cards too. That's true. Okay, so we're definitely getting popped this turn. Do we want to play Genetic Algorithm just to get it out of the deck, or do we want to? We definitely don't want to dual cast because then he breaks. We actually don't want to strike either. He's pretty close to just breaking by himself. So I think we just Storm. There actually are debuffs in this fight after he breaks. So maybe we just pass on Storm and just don't play any of these. Yeah, because Storm is my last way to remove debuffs. Storm actually does have a use now too, because I have 2 powers. I have Hello World. So if I play Hello World first, it does something. Yeah, I think playing Gen algorithms is pretty reasonable. We've got enough defense that it is just 5, so it's not like it actually does much. But I think I want to get more than like 0 value out of it, so I think I will wait. I'll feel really silly if I'm like want to end the fight and haven't played it though. All right, so there goes that. We can't stop him from breaking this turn, so we should just do as much damage as we can. Which is probably Sweeping Beam Double Strike. So let's Sweeping Beam first and see what's in our hand. Okay. We did not get to double... what's that card called? Double Streamline him, which is unfortunate. So here's Storm coming up before we've been debuffed. We can Barrage for 8, and then Strike for 18. That's a total of 36. Wait, no, it's not. It's 26. So we can actually break this Acid Slime. That does break him at pretty much the maximum value. And we don't have too much AoE, but we do have Hyper Beam coming up. And we're pretty much playing Hyper Beam as soon as we see it at this point. So I think I am going to break him. Yeah, that's true. If orbs hit, that's nice. They both miss. Great. Okay, so we have Hyper Beam, so we kill these orbs, and we break him. And we never get to play Streamline ever in this fight, but that's okay. Okay, so now we are actually in the situation where we want to avoid ending the fight until we have played both genetic algorithms. Helpfully, here's that one. We'll kill one of the slimes, and I think leave the other one alive, because we do have a genetic algorithm left. I'll leave him alive at 1. When those lightning orbs hit, I was like, oh no, I messed up! Did not mess up. Okay. That was a pretty good fight. We can take another Hyper Beam. I mean, if you're going to be a Hyper Beam deck, you might as well be a double Hyper Beam deck. I was kind of assuming that in Act 2 we would like pivot away from Hyper Beam, but we didn't really find anything super powerful. Like, eventually we want to be a Bias Cognition deck, but we didn't. None of these are Bias Cognition, so we can't really plan on that. We could just take Reboot. Reboot's always really good. Yeah, I think we grab Reboot. We have Streamline, so we could like Streamline, Reboot, Streamline. It's pretty neat. I got like that. Okay, Frozen Core is a nice thing the deck can do. Let's see, we still have all of our strikes in defense, so we could just Pandora's Box and let the game tell us what we're supposed to do. Frozen Core adds a Frost Orb every turn, if you have an empty spot. Yeah, Echo Form would be super fun. We don't have a ton of expensive stuff. The only expensive stuff we have is Hyper Beam and Streamline. So we're not like desperate for, I guess we have Equilibrium as well. We're not desperate for an Energy Relic, which is good because the only Energy Relic is Nuclear Battery, which is, you know, it's nice at the beginning of fights, but then it kind of wears off. So we've got a nice like baseline, right? If all of our strikes and defends become like useless cards, we still have like genetic algorithms for blocking and like Streamline and Hyper Beam for attacking. So we're not like dead if they're all bad. So I think we take the high variance pick and go Pandora's Box here. Pandora's Box also has the best chance of getting us Bias Cognition, obviously, because it's the only one that can do it. Yeah, so the low variance good pick is Frozen Core, but we don't really have any like, we don't have any focus. We don't have any orb slot stuff. We basically just have Hello World to get us Frost Orbs. So maybe if we pick Pandora's Box, is there any other cards that give you debuffs other than Bias Cognition? Let me just scan through the defect cards really quick. I don't see any. Okay, confirmed. There are no defect cards that that give debuffs other than bias cog. I think I'm going to go with Pandora's Box. I think they're all reasonable picks, and they send you in like pretty different directions. I think Frozen Core is probably the weakest, considering that we have Hyper Beam. It's not super great to pick Hyper Beam and then try and pick Frost Orb stuff. Here we go. Okay, so what do we get? None of these are Bioscog, obviously. We got a second copy of Reboot, so we're going to be pressing that power button a lot. We got that Melter that somebody wanted me to pick up, so there you go. That's for you. These are for baseballs. Actually, Reprogram's not too bad. So we have Reprogram and Hyper Beam, so we can go Negative Focus and then purge that. I keep trying to make Reprogram work, which I posted a link on my Discord of a screenshot where I made it to Champ with a crazy Reprogram deck, but wasn't good enough. We have Loop now. That's nice. Got some more Frost Orbs, a little bit more block. We have less attack than we used to have. We lost 4 strikes and only got 1 Melter back. The Tempest is a little bit interesting. We have Turbo Tempest, that's kind of fun. Turbo is actually pretty good with 2 reboots. You get to gain some energy and then draw a bunch of cards. Alright, whatever. Let's see how it plays. Alright, they're going to try and collect us. We've got a bunch of money, so we should probably try and go to a store if we can. So we take 2 fights, either of these 2 ways, go to a store, and then fight this elite, maybe? Then we get 2 elites in the act. This elite looks hard because he's got fights all around them. We could try to go for the Mega Elite and do 3 elites over here. Seems aggressive. You can back out though, either after the first elite or after the second elite, and not go on. I don't know if this deck is super good at Act 2 elites though. If we draw both like genetic algorithms in the opening hand against slavers, for example, like that's pretty good. Hyper Beam is not bad against Gremlin Bleeder. You get to clear the gremlins pretty easily. Maybe we are good at Act 2 elites. I want that shop though, so we're not going left. So I guess I'll go here so I can choose after this fight if I want to go right or left. Is there a 4th shop in top? I wouldn't consider that a 4th shop. I mean, it's against hallway fights. Hallway fights are good. I mean, we're likely to want to go to both of them, to be honest. We have 320 right now, and unless we spend down to like 0 here, we might have enough money because it's so much later. Alright, we get to Genetic Algorithm here, or we can just Tempest for 3. We could dual cast Tempest for 2. We get Hello World Tempest for 2. I think I like Hello World Tempest for 2. It sucks that they're all buffing on turn 1. Alright, we get to block for a bunch. Chill does so much damage here. So we're probably doing genetic algorithm, chill, streamline. I guess we could ball lightning zap to block a little bit with chill. I guess let's chill first and see where the lightning orbs hit. Oh, all that guy. Okay. Yeah, screw that guy in particular. I agree. Okay, so if we ball lightning zap would block for an extra 10, and then plus 11 plus 2. So we're blocking for 23. I think we need all of that. So let's do that. HYPERBEAM does not instantly win the fight, as tempting as it is. I think maybe we like auto shields HYPERBEAM reboot. Oh wait, do we have anything that costs 0 anymore? Yeah, the only thing we would draw is the other reboot, so I guess there's no point in rebooting. We can just HYPERBEAM. We can rebound HYPERBEAM. So it does what, 17 damage, and this does 4, so we can't kill either of them. We could also just like auto shields equilibrium, which almost blocks out. Let's see, they're hitting for 15 plus 12 is 27. I'd be blocking for 24, 25, 26. Yeah, okay, I'll take 1, sure. And then maybe they are both buffing next turn or something, and I can just rebound HYPERBEAM. They are both buffing this turn, wow, okay. I guess I'll rebound HYPERBEAM. There's no point in rebooting because I have the 1 card that I want next turn, so just pass. Pew pew! Laser beams. Alright, I don't know what this deck needs. So we can, I'm not picking Chaos because I don't know why I would pick that. So I went to the GDC talk that the Mega Crit guys put on, and they said that their goal for card design for Slay the Spire is that every card should have a place. Like, you should be able to construct some sort of theoretical situation where this card is good. And for me, like, what deck picks Chaos exactly? Like, do you just have really high, like maybe it's that card that Consume that like eats your orb slots, and then you just like generate a ton of orbs so that you like have high focus, but like it doesn't work unless you're cycling them really fast. But like even then, like, is that really, like, can you beat the Heart with a Chaos deck? I don't think you can. Yeah, that's fair. But then you want like Rainbow. I guess Rainbow is rare, but like, yeah, I don't know. You're able to generate like Lightning and Frost orbs pretty consistently, which is usually what like whatever Compiling Strike or whatever it's called does. Just draws 2. Sometimes you're a Dark Orb deck, so you can draw 3. Excuse me. I'm tempted to take Cool-Headed just because I like the card, but I have to like prove to myself first that I want it in the deck, and there's actually like quite a bit of block here. We've got like Chill, and Auto Shields, and Equilibrium, and 2 genetic algorithms. So it's a little bit hard to justify. We could take Leap for the same reason, but I think I'll just skip. Hopefully we can like figure out what we're doing at this next shop. Hey, look, Melter's great. So this turn's probably genetic algorithm Melter Hello World. He frails you, right? So I'm immune to frail. That'll be nice. The most damage is Melter Streamline, but then we take 21, and that makes me sad. So we're not doing that. We're definitely doing these two. I guess we could Zap instead of Hello World, but I think I like Hello World better. Purging those debuffs. So here we are. We have Reprogram, and then next turn we can probably purge debuffs with Storm. I guess it's one of the next 2 turns, but we have Loop and Storm, so if we Storm and then Loop, we get a Lightning Orb. He's hitting for 14. We can block easily for 17. I think we'll just Tempest instead of Reprogram. Yeah, it's hard to get through his armor this turn. So Auto Shields first, and a Tempest. Okay. Yeah, so if we had played Reprogram last turn, we could play Hyper Beam, and then we would have a lot of debuffs to purge. So we have Turbo Reboot. Are we going to try and Turbo Reboot stuff? We could Hyper Beam, Turbo Reboot, and hope to find a power, and then if we find a power, we can purge the Focus debuff. I think I like that. We also have Compile Driver, though, so we could Compile Driver first. We have a 1 in 5 shot, 2 in 5 if we chill. Okay, so let's chill before we Hyper Beam so we don't lose all our focus. And then Hyper Beam, Turbo, Compile Driver. Hey, we drew a power. Okay, and then we play Loop. I guess I'll reboot just to look for some more block, because currently we're taking 12 damage, and that's a little bit too much. Same logic, I'll do it again. Auto Shield's great. That's what it's here for. Okay, we have Genetic Algorithm. We can Rebound, Compile Driver, Genetic Algorithm. Oh wait, no we can't, we have 2 energy. I guess I'll just Genetic Algorithm Rebound. Rebound removes a plated armor, so it's inherently valuable, and Genetic Algorithm blocks for the most we can block for. Alright, we should be able to kill him this turn with Hyper Beam. Capacitor seems good. Do we have enough orbs to actually fill up a capacitor? Like, Chill keeps making orbs, but yeah, we don't really have very many orb generation things, so maybe that's not what we're trying to do. Streamline and Steam Barrier both sort of kind of combo with Reboot, in that they want to be played multiple times and are very cheap. Did we play both both Genetic Algorithms that fight? I think we did, but I might have missed one. I don't think the deck needs another Streamline, though. Especially with Hello World. Hello World's been generating a lot of Streamlines. I guess this would be our first Steam Barrier. I've had a bunch of Steam Barriers, but they've all been from Hello World. Steam Barrier is kind of nice because it's hard to get Orange Pellets off as a 3 energy deck, because if any of the things you're trying to do cost 2, or if you're trying to play 2 cards of any of the categories, then you can't do it. But with Steam Barrier, you can. Wow. Yeah, okay. And then we go to the shop and hopefully find Bias Cognition. No. We did find a Waffle, though. Waffles are cool. White Noise is pretty good. It's both a power and a skill, so you just have to find the attack. We have enough money to Waffle, White Noise, card remove. Card remove is usually pretty good after Pandora's Box. I haven't really thought about exactly which card is irritating me the most. Actually, they all work pretty well. I'm not like super excited about card remove at the moment. It's probably reprogram, if I'm being honest, but I want reprogram to work. I want the reprogram hyper dream or hyperbeam dream. Yeah, I get all of the max health. Waffle by itself though heals us for like 30 right now, and gives 7 max HP. This fruit juice is just expensive, and we already have 2 potions, so we'd have to throw one away. Ink bottle's really good. Blood vial's okay. Okay, so let's assume we're buying Lee's Waffle. Let's just buy a Lee's Waffle. There we go. And then we could buy White Noise Capacitor. We like saw a capacitor in a card reward and didn't take it though, so it's like, are we really gonna buy one now? I think I will card remove. I just have to figure out what the card is that gets removed. Maybe it's Tempest. Yeah, I think Tempest is sort of the odd man out. It's like, I want to use orbs to generate damage, and reprogram and hyperbeam are like, that's not a great plan. If I'm getting rid of Tempest though, maybe I should get rid of Zap instead. Tempest is like strictly better than Zap. Yeah, I think I'll card remove Zap. Yeah, White Knives and Capacitor is definitely an option. Alright, we're going to take a fight. Some question marks do things that like you don't want to be at full health for, like ghosts and vampires, so I don't want to go to a question mark with full health. Okay, we can genetic algorithm right now. It's a bit of a waste, but you kind of have to get used to genetic algorithm being a bit of a waste because just it blocks for too much. I think we want to develop loop. Oh wait, should we try to save? We have plenty of powers now, so I don't think we need to save one for Hex. We definitely want to do it next turn though, so maybe we just equilibrium and plan on like reprogram Ball Lightning Loop next turn. That seems pretty great because we're getting debuffed and we lose the focus debuff. Yeah, I think I'll do that. It doesn't do any block, but whatever. See, Turbo auto shields. Okay, so we're gonna turbo auto shields, reprogram loop, and then one of the attacks to purge the debuffs. I guess we could fit a hyper beam in there too, technically. I mean, why not, right? So we're gonna hyper beam, reprogram, and then loop purges the debuffs. And we can still play. Let's see. So we want to play auto shields, hyper beam, reprogram, loop, which is 5 energy, and we have turbo, so we're good. And that definitely purges debuffs because it's 3 skills and attack and power. Okay. And it blocks for 11, which is not amazing. I guess alternately we could do turbo reboot stuff. I guess we want to reprogram before we auto shields because we get an extra block that way. Okay, so reprogram, auto shields, turbo. Yeah, I think I'll just hyper beam loop. I think it's the best. We do take some damage, but it's okay. We're at full health. And then we took another debuff, so we can streamline White Noise to purge debuffs, and maybe get Barrier. No. Okay. Save a little bit of damage. Alright, there's our second genetic algorithm. stack blocks for 12 here. I guess I'll just reboot. I'm not too excited about playing either of these, so I'll just find something that is more exciting. Okay, whatever. We didn't kill him with HYPERBEAM. I don't really need the plated armor as much as I need the power potion. We have our third offered HYPERBEAM of the run. We kind of need the 3 energy is feeling pretty restrictive, so I think charge battery is pretty reasonable here. Do we read the book? We have HYPERBEAM and Streamline, so I think we read the book. If we read the book, are we going to this elite? It costs, what, like 19 health total? So we would go to 33, and then go to this fire. Oh, it's 16? Okay. I thought it was like 1, 2, 3, 15. Whatever, let's read the book, it's fun. It gives you power sometimes too. Yeah, it is 15, see? Okay, so we're at 31, which is pretty low, but I think we can still do it. Slavers is nice, they're very vulnerable to hyperbeaming. If we take a power potion, we can auto shields HYPERBEAM and play the potion card to purge the focus debuff. So let's try that. Loop is pretty good. We're going to get hit a bunch, so we might as well take static discharge. Let's see, how much are we getting hit for exactly? Oh, we're getting hit 3 times, so I think static discharge is pretty nice. We did get the double play relic, so HYPERBEAM's getting double played here. Oh, right. Numbers. So I just totally wasted a power potion for no reason at all. Excellent plays. Well, whatever, I needed the spot for this potion of capacity. Shut up, Twitch chat. Okay. Let's see, I don't think we want Rip and Tear. It does scale with Reprogram, which is something. We could pick Recycle. If we're trying to pick really expensive attacks for Necronomicon, we could recycle. There's nothing really abusive we're doing with it, and it's not a recycle plus, so I don't think we're taking it. We could pick Cool-Headed, but that sort of makes the mana pressure worse. So I think I'll pass on it. Alright, I thought we needed to go to this fire to heal, but maybe we can just go to this fire for an upgrade. Also, we got Voodoo Doll, which is good with Necromutation, so we're off to the races a bit here. I think we still need to heal off this fight. The hallway fights are pretty scary. Unless we get HYPERBEAM! Pew pew! Oh, I shouldn't do that, because I have Genetic Algorithm in the deck. That was wrong. Should have at least seen if there was a genetic algorithm in my hand, which I did not. I think we'll take an upgraded Cool-Headed, though. Cool-Headed Plus is quite a bit better than regular Cool-Headed. Sundial's nice. Okay, sure. What? This hand doesn't have HYPERBEAM. What do I do? I think I will Streamline and Reboot. Streamline doesn't quite kill the Sentry, but it almost does, and it makes itself cost 0. There is an argument to Reboot first to try and draw HYPERBEAM, but I also want to Genetic Algorithms in the fight, so... yeah, plus I drew the Streamline again. Does it double cast with Necronomicon? I think it doesn't. Ensuring the cost is 2 or more is played twice. It's unclear if it means the original cost is 2 or more. Okay. I think the most sensible thing is for it to not cast twice. I agree with this behavior. Alright, and then we get an energy this next turn. There's Genetic Algorithm. We can get debuffs. Wow, we can play our whole hand, get extra damage from Melter, take the energy away. This is great. This is all good stuff. I guess I'll reprogram before I Genetic Algorithm for 1 more block, although it doesn't matter. And then purge my debuffs. Get wrecked. Oh, I want to play this Genetic Algorithm before the fight ends. That's both, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. Cool. What a fight. Yep, Melter getting in that damage. I mean, it came in with the Pandora's box, so you can't take too much credit. Cold Snap Plus is cool. Let's see, do we have Capacitor now? No, it just keeps getting generated from stuff. Okay, so we don't have Capacitor, so Barrage is not extra good. And these are all just sort of basic attacks, so I think we probably skip it. Because we have Hyper Beam doubled. Alright, hope it's an AoE attack. It is not. I think we're just going to Turbo Loop Reboot. I guess maybe White Noise gets us Bias Cog. So we'll play both of these and then reboot. We got both Genetic Algorithms. I think I'll just use one. Let's Cool-Head it first and see what's happening. Oh, okay. Well, definitely just playing one then because I drew a Void. Let's get Tempest out of the deck. We can double Hyper Beam. We can also double Streamline. We're definitely going to chill. It looks like we're going to play the whole hand and then reboot. I guess it blocks for more if I don't play Hyper Beam. But then I don't get to do 74 damage. Is that what it is? No, it's 72. No, it's 72 damage. That's a lot of damage. Okay, well I'm not passing 72 damage, so I guess I'll play them both and then reboot. And hope to find a power. What? Why didn't that? Oh, is it? Oh, it's only the first one. I'm gonna restart this fight because that's an important miss. Okay, so this turn we did all the stuff. And then we Cool-Headed, which drew a curse, but we're going to do it anyway because we did it last time, and we're not trying to cheat. I played the bigger Genetic Algorithm last time, but that was a waste because I was blocking out with the smaller one, so I will play the smaller one this time. Because that was just a mistake. Okay, so we're going to play Chill. I think we're going to just play Hyper Beam Turbo Reboot. Because Streamline is just 17 damage at that point. I wasn't considering the Reboot Sundial synergy. That's pretty cool. So we did find a power. So we'll go ahead and reprogram first and then Storm. And block. I guess, should I do cast? Yeah. It feels like this fight's going to end fairly soon. I can draw the other Hyper Beam. So we're going to dual cast for damage. I think it'll do more damage than if I wait. Here's the Genetic Algorithm, blocking out. I only have 2 energy this turn, so it's probably going to be Genetic Algorithm and then either Melter or Hello World. I think I like getting in the damage with Melter. Because now he's in lethal range if I draw a Hyper Beam. Which I could still draw with Cool-Headed. There's no Void to draw, so there's no trap here. Streamline is not Hyper Beam. and there's nothing else in our hand that draws. So I think we're just playing all the cards. Take a little bit of damage, and then kill him with HYPERBEAM. Did we play both genetic albums? We did. It's not like we're going to take 7 times 6 to stay in the fight and develop 2 marginal block on that. Seek is amazing. Pretty sure Seek goes in every deck. I think we're passing on Rebound and Barrage because the opportunity cost is a friggin' Seek. So we'll take the Seek. This is not good. But there's 2 reboots, so we get to we could Hello World, and so that if our reboot draws a HYPERBEAM, we can purge the debuffs. I think I like that. Hey, it did. Wait, actually, this doesn't quite work, does it? Because the first HYPERBEAM will give me -3 focus, and then my debuffs will get purged, and then the second HYPERBEAM will go, and then I will have -3 focus. So that's not ideal. And we can't reprogram and play an attack. What is the card I already played? Oh, I already played Hello World. Okay. This is Pickle. I think I'll just take the -3 because it does 72 damage, so the fight's mostly solved by it. It doesn't really matter. Let's see, Dual Cast still does damage. It does 10 damage. Yeah, that's lethal. Okay. Well, I couldn't save the power for the last because I didn't know I was going to get a power when I rebooted. I don't really need the Potion of Capacity. We're not generating that many orbs, so I'll take a colorless potion instead. These aren't as good as playing HYPERBEAM twice, so I don't think I want them in the deck. I think we want another card reward. We might not even take the shop. Yeah, I think it's likely we don't take the shop. Alright, we're looking for HYPERBEAM. I'll play this first, because the game is over as soon as HYPERBEAM sound. It's possible that I want to kill one of them. So I'll play that. It's true. Not as good as playing HYPERBEAM twice. It's a bit of a flip thing to say, but... do we turbo before we reboot? I think not. I think there's nothing we want to do so badly that we need 5 energy to do it. Maybe if we equilibrium and then reboot, we retain the cards that we draw with reboot, right? Yeah, it's retain your hand, so it's a property of the character, not the cards. I do like turbo reboot though. It's fun. And if we ball lightning this guy, we have a chance to just block him by killing him. Worst case scenario, we can explosive pot him. Okay, all right. So we'll play these cards. I will not play equilibrium. Oh look, Seek. So we can play HYPERBEAM, and we're missing out on 1 genetic algorithm here. I think that's okay. Second copy of White Noise is an option. When it's upgraded, it just costs 0. Yeah, it's such a weird upgrade. I think I will take a second White Noise. I don't think I would take a third, but I think 2 is good. Take another fight. Still looking for that bias cognition. Let's see. Melter's good. I think we'll play Melter and then reboot. I'm tempted to play White Noise too. I guess I won't, because if I played Melter, White Noise, and the power, I would purge the debuffs before I have any debuffs. So I'll just play Melter and then reboot. I guess, even though it wastes quite a bit of damage, there's an argument for... Because so how much does Spirit Guardian block for? It's like 15, right? So he would go up to 23 versus doing quite a bit of damage to Sentry. Yeah, I mean, Sentry gets a lot of health, but I don't know. So I will shuffle a Void to have one more energy next turn, because next turn is happening for sure. The Void turn is not happening for sure. Okay, we can mostly block out with those two. Let's see what's in the box. I guess that I can entirely block out with Tempest, and I will, because he's not attacking next turn, so we don't need to have the Frost Orb developed. Okay, so there's Hyper Beam. I think we actually skip it, because we still have both genetic algorithms. So let's go looking for a genetic algorithm. Okay. So we're doing 6 damage a turn, so we'll pretty much guaranteed be able to kill him next turn if we want to. But hopefully we find at least one genetic algorithm. I guess we're going to seek for one genetic algorithm and then reboot for the other one. I'll take the lower damage one. I mean, we're blocked out, so we don't have to kill him. We'll take one more turn. We should have played Reprogram to keep him around for a while. Oh, never mind. We won. Okay, great. Side quests. I don't think any of these cards are good enough, so we're going to skip them. Okay, and then are we resting here or smithing? What would we smith if we were going to smith? Probably Seek. Seek is a pretty insane card all around. Maybe a reboot. I don't think we're winning this fight if we don't rest, though, so let's rest. Yeah, we don't have enough. We don't have like a lot of scaling block. We like have auto shields and stuff, which is like okay. Reprogram Plus costs 1 focus instead of 2. So I think we're gonna rest. Rest and live. Reprogram Reboot's interesting. We don't really need the focus right now, so I think we will do that. We got some extra energy from the sundial, so we'll use Cool-Headed, try and find something. We'll probably want to play Ball Lightning and White Noise to get rid of the negative focus. Electrodynamics. Well, that's quite good in this fight, so great. We got a lot of block, so I guess we're playing all the block. And maybe Tempesting for 0 just to get rid of it. We can save Turbo for the future. I guess Turbo and Tempest kind of go together, so maybe I'll save them. We have some things that generate random powers, so if we get a bias cog off of this, then it would be really great to be like, oh, by the way, Turbo Tempest, you're all dead. So I'll keep both. Okay, so we have reprogram. So we can reprogram and orange pellets. We can also just like seek for Hyper Beam and then reprogram and Hello World. That seems pretty good. Tempest is a skill. Or, sorry, Tempest is a skill. I looked at the wrong one. Let's see, is there any alternative to Seek, Reprogram, Hyperbeam, Hello World? Because we are taking some damage when we do that. We get to fit in a charge battery with Turbo, but I think it's too good to skip. It's what the deck does. We want to reprogram first to do 1 extra damage. And I think I'll charge battery instead of rebooting. It blocks and it's reliable. Reboots is kind of a valuable resource. Claw. This is now officially a claw deck. Well, Streamline's going to double, so that's nice. We have Storm Loop. That's kind of cool. Sure, I'll play Storm Loop. Alright, we get to purge those, hopefully. We have both genetic algorithms. This fight is a bit of a slog, because our only source of damage really is double hyperbeaming people. So I guess we'll rebound Streamline Equilibrium to save the genetic algorithms for when we're getting hurt. And then be in Hyperbeam waiting room. Saves the white noise too, which is nice because we can purge these debuffs whenever we feel like it, basically. Okay, double hyper beam. We don't have reprogram with it, but that's fine. It's only 28 damage, so maybe we should. I guess we can't purge debuffs before and after, and it's more important that we purge them after. Although it is disappointing how little damage that does. We can play Streamline after we purge the debuffs, so that's something. We have to play this one. Oh, that's weird. I would have expected Orange Pellets to purge the debuffs before I get the Lightning Orb, but the Lightning Orb happened first. We could reboot and try and get like a kill on him somehow this turn. It's not outlandishly unlikely, so I think I will go for it. The max damage is Turbo, Reprogram, Rebound. Well, actually, it's more damage if we don't reprogram because we have 3 Lightning Orbs. So Turbo, Rebound, plus 9, so it's 22 damage. Yeah, plus the potion. I think that's worth it to save 26 health. Sure. I guess I could also just block for 15, but I'm fine using the potion. Saving health at the end of the act is not super valuable also, it's worth saying. Creative AI generates infinite powers, so then we can generate infinite debuff purges. Probably something this deck wants to do. I'm not sure if Creative AI itself is great, but you know, it'll eventually give us biased cognition, so I think it's probably something we want. Inserter is pretty good. We really need one of these energy relics, though. Late game defect, it's not too bad to pick Runic Dome, because if you end up doing crazy Frost Orb stuff, you're like, whatever, I block for 200 every turn, I don't care if you're attacking or not. This deck isn't really like that, so I'm a little bit hesitant to pick Runic Dome. Especially with such massive burst block cards like Genetic Algorithm. Dome will definitely get you killed a lot, but not being able to rest is also pretty lethal, and trying to do Act 3 without an Energy Relic also seems kind of lethal, so I don't see a really solid option here. Maybe we just pick Inserter and take more, take another Turbo, or the double energy thing. it's going to be tough to get creative AI down. But once we spend an upgrade on it and it only costs 2, we do have some like steam barriers and turbos and stuff. So it's possible for us to block on that turn. The problem is like Inserter just doesn't do a lot in the deck. We're not like filling up our orb slots very often. I see. Yeah. Huntington, I was reading your comment, and in the first half I was like strongly disagreeing. I was like, "There's no way Runic Dome is a high win rate pick," but then I was like, "Oh yes, yes, what you're saying is correct." It's yeah, when you can afford to pick it, it's great. But this doesn't seem like one of those situations where I can afford to pick it. Yeah, I think so. Inserter is way better than Skip, so we're not skipping, and I think Coffee Dripper is suicidal. So it's really just Runic Tome or Inserter, and I just can't see myself surviving with Runic Tome with this deck. It does tend to win hallway fights by just being like, I don't know, whatever, Hyper Beams. But I don't know if that's going to work in Act 3. I mean, if you're doing 72 damage a turn, like, that's enough to kill Darklings, it's enough to kill, you know, it's enough to kill some Act 3 hallway fights. It's definitely not enough to kill, like, you know, Transient, for example, or, like, the Pile of Spaghetti one. So I think we're taking Inserter, but I'm not super happy about it. Okay, all these things are on 2. 2, 2, 2, 2. In 2 turns, Inserter will be on 2 as well, but there'll probably be a shuffle before that, so... Does it count when your deck is shuffled at the beginning of a fight? I feel like it doesn't, but should. We have 200. We might want to go to the shop. Donu and Deka is the first boss. Wow, we could go to a fire, question mark, fire thing, and then another fire over here. Although we have to take this Mega Elite, so we can't really go that way. So because of that Mega Elite, we're forced to go down here, forced to fight this Elite, probably going through this fire, because we probably don't want to fight 3 Elites in a row. And then, so we have to take one of these 2. We'll probably start here, see what this question mark is, and then if we decide we want a bunch of question marks, we'll go this way. And if we decide we want the fire, we'll go this way. Alright, we have Hyper Beam turn 1, that's nice. Not enough to win the fight, but with White Noise we can also purge the debuff. Alternately, we could just say screw Focus and say Hyper Beam Charge Battery. I'm not against saying Hyper Beam Charge Battery, blocks for 7 more. The dream is White Noise into a barrier, but that doesn't happen very often. We do need the Fire Elite. Yeah, we're trying to kill the Heart, so gotta get those ones. We're definitely Hyper Beaming. And then I think let's try and save health in the fight. And get rid of Tempest. Okay, we can reprogram and then Hello World. And maybe Reboot draws us an attack. Or Cool-Headed. I mean, if we draw an attack, we'd probably kill him. So maybe we just reprogram and then reboot. Which skips a power, but maybe we'll draw one. Yeah, we did. Let's Cool-Headed first. Oh, we got Hyper Beam. Great, okay. It's way too late to take Genetic Algorithm now. We could take Stack Plus. Stack Plus is pretty nice. Yeah, I think I like Stack Plus. It's nice because, like, Genetic Algorithms have kind of got me used to, like, there's a turn where I just, like, randomly can say, I block all the damage. But those, you'll get 2 of those a fight. So being able to have Stack Plus, which has sort of similar behavior, although it's a little bit more random, is nice. It works really poorly with Reboot, is worth mentioning. But I think because we have like we have Hello World and Creative AI. We're going to be adding a bunch of cards to our deck, so stack will get better and better as fights go on, which is a nice property for it to have. All right, we can pay a bunch of money for a red mask. We are probably not going to a shop anytime soon. There's no shop after the Mega Elite, so we're probably not going to a shop until Act 4. So if we take this and then go this way, we're pretty unlikely to run into a surprise shop, because the only place it could be is here. I guess that's not true. This could be a shop, or this could be a shop. The relic is pretty good. We're not great at blocking on turn 1. We're not great at blocking on any particular turn. So I think I will buy it. It's expensive, though. There's definitely an argument to be made that this is a bad idea. Yeah, it actually works really well with Reboot, too. It's causing a lot of energy to get gained. I think we're taking the fights here. We're feeling pretty healthy. Probably take these fights and then the fire. Let's see. What Act 3 events would we be really excited to see? We'd be really excited to like fight an Act 1 boss. Falling is pretty good. We probably wouldn't go through like Secret Portal. Winding Halls is bad. We probably would not, or we probably would fight the spheres for or fight the Spirit Guardians for a relic. Maybe we take 3 hallway fights here. I think let's take these 2 hallway fights and see how we feel. All right, Darklings, Hyperbeam, Hyperbeam, Hyperbeam. I guess let's genetic algorithm and look for the Hyperbeam. Nope. There's a stack working terribly with Reboot. I guess let's Charge Battery and Tempest. We can seek for Hyperbeam. We should upgrade Seek at some point so that we can seek for like genetic algorithm and Hyperbeam. But in this fight, I'm pretty satisfied to seek for Hyperbeam. It does get a kill, right? Yeah, it does. Okay. There's another reprogram. I don't think we need a second one. And I don't think we need a cool-headed. Being an Act 3 deck with only 3 energy is pretty irritating. I think we're skipping here. Alright, here he is, the Transient. We have basically no way of killing Transient. So that's not on the table. Let's White Noise. Electrodynamics is nice. Do we need a potion this turn? So we're doing 9, 15. Yeah, I think we need a potion. Let's see what this is. I guess I'll take Good Instincts. These are terrible options. Alright, Double Streamline takes away most of his attack, and then we can Genetic Algorithm Reboot. We don't super need Genetic Algorithm this turn. We could just pass it, but I think I would rather make sure it gets played. I'm going to actually not reboot. I don't want to reboot with 0 because I could draw Hyperbeam and not be able to play it. Okay, we can reprogram and purge debuffs. There's not much else we can do this turn, so I guess that's what we're doing. Turbo gains 8 health, so I'll do it. This turn hurts. Storm White Noise does some damage. Cool Head both blocks and does damage. I guess let's cool head first and see what we drop. Oh, there's HYPERBEAM. Okay, so we're blocking out this turn. Oh, we've already played a skill, so if we HYPERBEAM and play Storm, we block out. We could also play White Noise. I guess White Noise is better than the Storm, because it like might do something. So let's do that. Oh, it's also Storm. Okay, fine. Storm wants to get into the game. I understand. We might lose this fight. It's definitely possible. Looks like we need a reboot here. We could Equilibrium reboot. Equilibrium doesn't do... like, blocking in this fight does less work than attacking. So generally you want to attack, but if I reboot and get nothing, we die. I guess if I Equilibrium and reboot and get nothing, I still die, so... we could seek for the chill and then reboot, which is appealing because it costs 0, but then it removes seek from the potential draws off reboot. And if I reboot and get seek, then I can get I can block out this turn. Hey Kieran, this is not Silent. We beat Silent. Silent A20 over for the moment. I think we're just gonna reboot and pray. Okay, cool-headed, continue praying. Alright, we got Genetic Outlimbs, so we're probably pretty safe. So let's do that. And then, Melter and Chill. Looks like we're still taking a little bit of damage because we never found any focus this run, but at least we're not dead. Okay, so HYPERBEAM doesn't even block out, but... if we HYPERBEAM reboot, maybe we'll find a power? We're definitely getting good instincts. Sorry, so this blocks for 6, that's 12. This blocks for another 6, that's 18. We're definitely gonna HYPERBEAM. Oh, I guess I shouldn't count these because they're gonna all be 0 if I HYPERBEAM then don't get a power. So I guess what I'm saying is the power blocks for 12. If I can reboot and find a power, it blocks for more than charge battery. We don't currently die, so I guess there's an argument that we could charge battery. Explosive Potion also saves us 10 health right now, which is about as good as you expect a potion to do. I think I will charge battery. It does a pretty good amount to block. Oh, we're blocking out. Okay, great. We'll reboot just for fun. That was bad play because... I had Sundial all set up, and did I have Dual Cast in hand? I didn't notice. I guess I will seek for... let's see, there's nothing I can set up for next fight. Okay. Well, I'm just glad we survived that. So we're definitely going to the fire now. Here's the second turbo I talked about. I don't think we're going to pick it up, though. Yeah, we're going to skip this. We got to go to the question mark, because we might not survive the hallway fight. It is a shop. Hooray! Can't buy anything. Okay, so this question mark can't be a shop, I believe, which is nice. We have Turbo Reboot, so I guess we'll do that. We'll reprogram as well, and hopefully find, I guess, an attack and a power is what I'm hoping for. I'll take just a power. Oh wait, I have both. Great. What a crazy turn. I double turboed that turn. Okay, we can HYPERBEAM and... oh, that's a debuff, so we can get rid of that with Reprogram Melter Loop. It doesn't block, though. I mean, I guess it blocks for 12, and we're currently dying, so it's the only way we survive this turn. So I guess we do it. I guess technically we could either reprogram Melter, Loop, or Storm. We could play them in any order, but Loop is better than Storm. So. Bit of a rough start here. Genetic algorithms on the wrong turn. I think I'll play it anyway, just to make sure we're not looking for it later. Do we like white noise or charge battery here? I think white noise, because if it gets like bias cognition or buffer or something, heat sinks is not great. I think I'll charge battery over genetic algorithm. I'm just a little bit afraid of dying next turn, and developing your side quest is not as important as staying alive. Okay, there's buffer. So we can either auto shield equilibrium to block him, or we can buffer to block him. We don't have any attacks, so we can't purge the constricted condition. So I think we're taking 12 this turn. So I think we have to auto shield equilibrium to survive. I guess buffer will block the 12 and not the 25. If we buffer equilibrium, equilibrium takes the 12 and buffer takes the 25. So that blocked out. If we have a very loud cat, then everyone on the stream would hear. White noise could get something. There's no way that generates an attack. I guess if we auto shields equilibrium, I guess we want to preserve our health, so I'll buffer equilibrium. I guess that also keeps the hand, which is nice. Oh, there's the attack I was talking about. There's no better line, right? Because if we do auto shields and ball lightning, we purge the debuff, but then we still take 12 damage and almost die. Okay, yeah. Actually, we don't take any damage because we have buffer up. So we could like ball lightning white noise and then just let buffer take that and purge the debuff. I kind of like that. The plan anyway was to have buffer remove the attack. I don't think there's any way we're saving the buffer. And it's better to ball lightning and get some damage in than it is to equilibrium to block the constricted, since both of them remove it. Okay. Plus this way we get loop. Both genetic algorithms not being useful. We could just electrodynamics to develop a couple of lightnings, or we could just loop Tempest. I think I like loop Tempest. It gets Tempest out of the deck, and electrodynamics could be used to purge his stupid debuff again. We could cool-headed to shuffle right now. If we shuffle right now and then seek, we can't take. We don't have enough mana to. What's it called? HYPERBEAM? And I'm not sure what else we would be seeking for, so I think we just have to draw a seek again. I would rather have seek be in the shuffle than shuffle right now. But we can take Tempest out of the shuffle. That's something. Hey, there's bias cognition. This is the first bias cognition of the run. Even though we've been generating so many powers, this is the very first one. Built the whole run around this, basically. So we're going to reprogram genetic algorithm, bias cognition. No, we can't do that. It's too much. Because we have to play Melter. So I guess just genetic algorithm, bias cog, Melter. Aha, Steam Barrier. Could have done it. We didn't know. Okay, well that wins this fight. Buffer's quite good. Do we want a third copy of White Noise? I kind of think I do. It's been really good. White Noise plus HYPERBEAM is a pretty good turn for this deck. Coconut, what's the problem? I think the problem is that I'm not napping. Coconut says, sometimes your stream's over at 11. Not today, Coconut. I wish that Buffer was a bias cog. That'd be so good if it was. Buffer is good, though, on its own. But I think I'll take a White Noise. It's cheaper. We're a 3 energy deck. We have to take this Elite, because we have to take this Elite, but we're gonna die. It's like very unlikely that we win this run. Creative has a good start. I'll take it. And I'll get rid of Tempest, because it's bad. There's Bias Cognition. Okay, great. We have an attack and a skill and Bias Cognition. We don't have any way to block, which we kind of need. I guess we need... Even White Noise generating a barrier does not save us from dying. We would need both White Noises to generate barriers to survive here. Is there any out other than that? Are there any powers that generate Frost Orbs? Because Frost Orbs are powerful with Bias Cog. We definitely can't kill him. Alright, I mean, I guess if it's the only out we have, we'll double White Noise looking for double barrier. Oh yeah, Heat Sinks. Heat Sinks works too, okay. There is Heat Sinks. Let's see, would I rather play another random power or Bias Cog here? Bias Cog is very good, but we basically have to draw like a specific set of cards. Let's see, if we draw Cool-Headed though, or Chill, we definitely want it to have been Bias Cog. Okay, so he's attacking for 21, we're at 13. In order to survive, we need to block for 8, right? No, we need to block for 9. If we block for 8, we go to exactly 0 and die. So we need to block for 9. If we do Frost Orbs with Bias Cog, this is an unupgraded Bias Cog, so they'll block for 6. So we need 2 Frost Orbs to survive. So that would be like... We do have an Energy Potion. So if we Bias Cog, draw Cool-Headed, Cool-Headed draws Chill, we survive. Or if we draw Cool-Headed and Steam Barrier, or Auto Shields. Auto Shields saves us by itself if we draw that. So is the like whole universe of things that White Noise could get us better or worse than Bias Cog right now? I think it's probably worse, because if we get White Noise and then we get Cool-Headed, Cool-Headed is not as helpful because it only blocks for 2, and then we need to block for 7 without it. And Steam Barrier, for example, doesn't block for 7. So like it definitely takes some lines that were outs and makes them not outs if you don't play Bias Cog. So I am going to play Bias Cog. Okay, Reboot. That's definitely part of a story of winning the game. So if I play Reboot, do I get fewer bites at the apple or more bites at the apple? If I play White Noise, I get to draw a card. It's possible I play Reboot and get nothing that saves me. Okay, so how many cards save me? It's going to take 2 cards, and if those 2 cards are Equilibrium... okay, so if it's Equilibrium or Auto Shields, I do not need 2 cards. If it's those 2, I can do it with 1 card. But if it's Charge Battery, Cool-Headed, Steam Barrier, or Chill, I need 2 cards. So that's a set of 4 cards and a set of 2 cards that I can draw out of a deck of 18. It's a slightly larger deck if I shuffle. However, there's 2 genetic algorithms in there. So if I shuffle, then I get a chance at 2 genetic algorithms. Stack does not do it. So I think we're going to reboot right now. Is there any reason to Ball Lightning first? Ball Lightning purges debuffs, which is nice, but it doesn't save me this turn. So I think no. Is there any reason to reprogram first? If I reprogram, then Steam Barrier still is not an out. Charge Battery still is not an out. So no, there's no reason to reprogram first. The only goal is surviving this turn. However, all of the things that saved me cost 2 mana or less, and I have 2 extra mana. So I should take 5 draws with White Noise. Thank you for telling me about the dial. I did not realize that. So I get Sundial, so mana is not an issue. So I should White Noise first to get an extra draw. Okay, this is free, so I'll draw a card with it. I will play that White Noise also. So if I play this White Noise, then I draw a card again, but I only have 1 energy to play it. And if that card is Equilibrium, then that's no longer an out. So I think it's time to reboot and take the energy from Sundial. Okay, we drew Genetic Allogram, so we're safe. Safe for this turn. That's true. So reboot would still give the Sundial energy either way, but if I drew, what's that card? Equilibrium, I would have had to reboot it away, so it wouldn't have been a helpful out. It would have just been a waste of energy to draw. So we've still got the energy potion. Chill blocks, so we'll play chill. Is there any way we block for 45 that isn't drawing barrier off White Noise? Genetic Algorithm buffs for 30, that's quite a bit. Alright, let's see what's in White Noise. Oh, it's Echo Form, wow. Turbo is nice. We don't technically need it quite yet, because we have the energy potion. I guess let's draw with Electrodynamics and see what's there. Okay, stack is nice. I don't think it's enough though. I think we play all these cards and then die. We want to play them in this order so that stack gets the most block. Yeah, that's not enough for dead. Okay, well, good run. Yeah, that deck kind of struggled to find its way. I think I will try another one. Let's go. Alright, so we can have a random rare card, 3 potions, or remove 2 cards. I think there's a pretty clear pick. The random rare cards are actually, some of them are quite bad for defect starting out. There's several of them that are curses. There's several of them that are just like really situational things, like doubling your next power is totally useless in Act 1. You don't get to choose, so I don't like picking random rare card as defect. And I don't like removing cards before we first start fighting Act 1 elites, because we need the damage. So we're going to take 3 random potions here. I think we're probably taking Flex Attack. Okay, so what's our route? We kind of want an elite as quickly as possible because we have Flex Attack potion. So if we take a bunch of fights first, we'll end up having to replace the potion. We can take 3 question marks and 2 fights to get to this elite. And then fight him with these 2, go to this fire, fight another one. I think I like that route. We're definitely going to use at least 1 defend. We could use 2 defense if we think we're going to take 0 in the fight. We're going to do 6 this turn. Next turn we'll do 3 plus 16. So it's 25 damage. Yeah, I think if I draw an attack next turn, I win with 0 damage. I'll take that chance. Yeah. Okay. I've had a bunch of runs where I'm looking for overclock because I have a medical kit, but I think Cold Snap is the clear pick here. Get that damage. I think I have an attack, so I feel okay removing a strike. We do have potions that want us to have strikes. This is too much health. I rarely fight the light, so I think this is probably not a good idea. This one I think you could do. Yeah, floor 1 Cold Snap is probably the best. I think it's between that and Lightning for damage commons. You like the idol? I'm not sure I do. Maybe we take idol and then take the curse or something. I don't want my attack density to be too low. Alright, let's grab it. We could just take max HP. We're not that close to max HP. It does suck to lose max HP early in the run. I think we'll just take the injury. It's not that bad. Yeah, I think we'll just take the curse. There's nothing particularly scary about it right now, other than we want our attack density to be high, so flex spot's good. Great, we can kill Acid Slime. I think we're going to skip the defend. We're frail, so it doesn't block for much. On the other hand, no, we want to maximize our total health after the fight, so we'll play it. Not super happy about it though. Okay, we can hologram and get back our Cold Snap. Steam Barrier blocks a little bit. I kind of like doing hologram stuff early on. It can be pretty good. Beam Cell is better if it's Gremlin Knob. And there's a good chance it's Gremlin Knob. I think I'll take Beam Cell because I'm afraid. Also, it scales with Flexbot. Alright, it is Gremlin Knob. And we only get 1 attack on turn 1. Lame. Alright, so here's our Flexbot turn. Let's see what's in the attack potion first. Oh dear. I think I'll take the Sunder. We don't have lethal without the pot, do we? So it's 3 plus 18 is 21 plus 36 is 55. Yeah, so it's not lethal without it. I don't know how much it is with it, but I don't think we can plan on having lethal next turn without doing Flex Spot. Oh yeah, it's Toss 0, okay. It is lethal with it, great. A lot of good picks here. We have a Frost Orb and a Lightning Orb, so it seems good to pick Compile Driver here. These two are good together, but I can't pick both. Yeah, you have to always assume it's Gremlin Knob, right? Because if you don't, you die when it is Gremlin Knob. Oh, jeez. So we have a little bit of healing now. This is kind of a nice, nice setup. If we turn this into the Bleeding Idol and then also get Ceramic Fish, we'd have so much healing per fight. I do love Capacitor though. Yeah, we've survived Gremlin Knob, so I think we can afford to take a non-attack. I think Capacitor is among the best non-attacks you can take. So I will take it. I think we're smithing here. We feel pretty healthy. I think we're going to skip this this shop. I was planning on going to that shop, but I was planning on having more money, so I think we upgrade either capacitor or beam cell. Probably beam cell. Yeah, 2 vulnerable is pretty big change from 1. Yeah, I do love Bloody Idol ceramic fish, but you obviously can't count on getting that everywhere. It also works with the piggy bank, whatever it's called, the like whale piggy bank. Sure. All right, and I think we're taking another elite here. I guess we take another elite either way, but it kind of sucks that we only get 2. All right, we get to develop our powers this turn, so I think we will leave him asleep. Yeah, I think it is. So do we wake him up this turn? He's vulnerable, so Cold Snap Zap Strike is okay. It's not great. It's better than this, though, so let's do it. We can triple block and block for 17. We're probably going to use Focus Potion. Should have done it last turn, but didn't. With the Focus Potion, we're pretty much killing it with just orbs, so I think we just want to minimize damage. I'd rather develop 15 damage turn than do a lot of damage now. Should have lethal next turn, but I don't. That's weird. Alright, we got Anchor. That's nice. I wonder how much better Thunderstrike is now that Strike Dummy exists. I really want that combo to happen. That's so insane. We have Barrage and Capacitor, so that's quite a combo. Thunderstrike is quite a good card, though. I'm loath to just ignore it. You don't get too many rares. But we don't really have any way of generating a ton of lightning orbs right now. We just got the zap. It is very expensive to play Thunderstrike. It kind of takes your whole turn. I guess I should combo with what I have, not what I might get. So maybe I'll get Barrage to go with Capacitor. Yeah, I think I like Barrage. Maybe we'll get some strength scaling. Ooh, Singing Bowl is excellent. Love that. Looks like we're forced into a shop anyway. There's the strength scaling I was talking about. It is, we could do that and defrag. Pretty happy with that as a store. Is there anything else we want to do here? I mean, defect runs that have both capacitor and defrag are like the easiest defect runs, so I think I'm picking that. There's actually no more elites in the Act, so we have to depend on this being Act 2 elites. And I guess Act 3 and 4, hopefully, but we're not like super good at Act 2 elites right now. But I guess we're going to get good. Defect is not like a super strong strength scaler, though. I could just take Nunchaku, which, you know, is an energy relic. Pretty powerful. We also have a zero-cost attack, which says Nunchaku is reasonable. But it's also a zero-cost attack, which scales with strength. I'm not sure which one Beam Cell says to buy. We're buying defrag either way. Nunchaku is a more efficient use of money because it costs 3 more. But I think I like Sling of Courage more. You like Dark Shackles? I don't know about that. Because if you get Dark Shackles, I guess we can afford... No, we can't afford Dark Shackles on card or move. One off. It is Hexaghost, so Dark Shackles is good for that. I think I feel pretty good about Sling of Courage, though. Oh yeah, Shackles is really good. Really, you like Shackles more than the Relics? Well, I don't know about that. I mean, getting 2 strength in each elite fight, that's something that happens in every elite fight, and not just like when you draw it. Oops, I have Anchor, I don't need to block that much. We'll just defend once. Alright, I guess we'll develop... Definitely defrag and cold snap. I guess we're pretty close to killing him, so we'll just set him up. Pew! It's an interesting analysis that capacitor defrag sort of outscales the strength from Sling. I don't know about that. It's I see what you're saying, but I don't know. Rebound is pretty good. I could rebound Barrage. Capacitor is also good. Max HP is also good. But I think I need a little bit more damage for the Hexaghost, or else I'm going to lose the race and get punched for 6x6. Alright, here's our chance to smith up defrag, which we're very excited to do. 2 fights, 2 question marks, or a fight and a question mark. Or I guess we could do question mark fight too. We've got pretty good cards. We do need a bit of a setup, so we're not very excited if we see like Thief or like the Slaver guy. So I think we want 2 question marks. There's the Slaver guy. I overblocked with Anchor again, but it didn't cost me anything, so I don't need to restart. Let's see. We're always going to defend. We're always going to zap over strike, and I think we'll do cuts as well. There's defrag. 6 plus 4 is 10, not quite lethal. So I'll defend instead. I think I'll take max HP over a second copy barrage. I guess the closest Hexaghost breakpoint is 36. So if I take max HP, I'm less likely to go under 36, which makes Hexaghost hit me for less. I think for Hexaghost, I like to be between like in the 24 breakpoint, so like from 24 to 35 is my sort of favorite health total. Obviously, if you're at 24, you would rather be at 23, but if you have to choose a bucket, I think the 24 to 35 bucket's my favorite. Yeah, I think max HP is better than barrage here, and I think I'll take a fight so that I end up in that bucket. This fight hurts, probably too much. Good thing we had that anchor. I think I'll strike instead of dual cast here. We have focus and stuff, so it'll be good to have the orb later. Cold Snap Barrage does 6 plus 8 damage, plus another 6 is 20, so we can kill him, which seems good. Now we just gotta kill the Jawworm. Are we rebounding Defend or rebounding Beam Cell? I guess we want to Beam Cell before Rebound if possible, so we'll rebound the Defend. Maybe I just rebound neither one and rebound last. And try to get a shuffle with more cards. I think that makes sense. Alright, we are 1 health above the 37 health breakpoint, so we definitely want to take at least 1 more damage in this fight if we can. So we could end it right now, but I won't. Is this too much damage though? So if we defend and let him hit us, then he hits us for 8. Yeah, I think that's too much. Okay, let's kill him then. Does Hexaghost respect Blood Vial? I think he doesn't. I think he locks in his second attack as soon as you enter the fight, and not like during his first turn or anything. But that is interesting. So we messed up on our total, so we should either take a rebound or max HP here. I think max HP. And then we upgrade Barrage, I think. Does it really? No, I don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure I've had fights where I go in and then like heal with Bite or something, and he doesn't respect the new value. It's possibly right though, but I think he's locked in at the beginning. Let's see. Yeah, I think if I'm... I do like taking 2 copies of Rebound, though. Yeah, alright, I'll take a second Rebound. I think I'll rebound this Defend so that I have it next turn. And I have a weak potion, so that's something. Alright, so we can get a Cold Snap double Defend here. Pretty reasonable. I think we want to develop Capacitor. We want to build up our orb count, so we don't want to dual cast. I don't remember his exact sequence, but I think rebounding a Defend is pretty reasonable. Turns out it was not right. That's okay. I think I'll just Zap Defend. Still trying to build up that orb count, so I'll leave dual cast out for now. Alright, here's what we really want to be rebounding. Barrage. We're taking a bunch of damage. And I guess we could have Swift Potions out of it. Alright, there's Beam Cell with Barrage. We could Swift Potion to try and draw the other rebound. We do have an extra energy this turn, so I think I will try to do that. Cold Snap gets an extra proc. Alright, here we are at the 6x6 turn. So we're definitely defending. It looks like we're dying too, though. Is that right? I guess the turn is rebound, defend, strike, or rebound, strike. But yeah, that's not enough health. Darn. Well, I tried to win the race and failed. All right, well, I think that's going to be it for me for today. Thanks everybody for coming. Thanks, thanks Hot for the raid. Appreciate it. Sorry for losing on stream repeatedly. See you guys next time. Oh, how do I raid somebody here? Do you just type like /raid? Yeah, it says I want a channel. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so I just got to find out who's streaming right now. And then we're gonna go to the people probably want to watch Slay the Spire, so I'll look for Slay the Spire people. And let's see. There's me with 4. This person says they are 5 subs from a giveaway. I guess that's something. We're going to do unofficial leader. I don't know who that is. Oh, Kiki? Okay, sure, Kiki. Are they playing Slay the Spire? I don't see them. But that's fine. Friend of yours is a friend of mine. Let's do it. It says that is not a valid username. Did I do it wrong? Oh, it's GC. All right. Everybody be very nice and polite to Kiki. They're a good friend of Troll Fun Forever. Let's go.